TUC over the arrest of Joe Ajero. Also, the DSS has released his seized passport. NLC accuses federal government of using Ajero's arrest as distraction over petrol price increase. Labour Party crisis. Ireti Kingibe backs Otis panel. Aisha Yusuf attacks Abure. Money laundering. Prosecution of bank executives to commence soon. This is coming from EFCC. And the second part of the show by 9:30 exactly, we'll be hosting the newly inaugurated lawmaker for Aba North State Constituency, Honorable Aaron Uzodike. So please go to our Facebook page. It is MagicFmAba. We've dropped the comments or topics already. Like us and drop your comments.
We're streaming live on YouTube. Always remember that as well. The channel is MagicFmAba. Subscribe to the channel. Let's get the conversation going. Alright, the first story this morning, the travails of Joe Ajero, the NLC president. The presidency is reacting to what the TUC UK said about the incident.
The presidency has faulted human rights violation claims leveled against it by the Trade Union Congress TUC in the United Kingdom. In a statement, presidential spokesperson Bayo Onanuga said NLC President Joe Ajero is not above the law and should have honored the invitation by security agencies for alleged terrorism financing. Onanuga alleged that Ajero snubbed the invite of the law enforcement agency conducting an ongoing investigation and rejected the accusations of rights abuse by the UK TUC. Besides, Onanuga says that the government is being led by a pro-democracy activist president who will do everything to protect civil liberties and rights of all citizens.
Well, I would have been surprised if Bayo Onanuga sounded otherwise. The truth is, Bayo Onanuga is doing his job, and whatever he says must definitely be pro-government. The question for Bayo Onanuga this morning is, how many agencies are investigating Joe Ajero? Joe Ajero, when the police came out to say you were wanted, he reached out through his lawyer Femi Falana to say, okay, give me some time. The summon was too sudden, and at the scheduled day, the man made himself available, appeared before the police, after which he was granted administrative bail. Never did we hear that the DSS was investigating the man. Probably he knew, but many Nigerians like myself never knew until what transpired at the airport. And so far, the NLC president has not told us that he was invited by the DSS and he failed to honor the invitation. I think what is playing out is the presidency is just not comfortable with the stance of the NLC on certain issues. The reason why they are going after the man at the ends of affairs. This wouldn't be the first time a Joe Ajero is being hounded or harassed or arrested. I remember even in his home state in Imo State, he was practically beaten like a thief, a common thief in the markets. His eyes swollen and what have you. At a point, he went incommunicado. His phones were switched off. Nobody knew what was happening until the police came out hours later to say, okay, we saved him from being lynched by a group of hoodlums. But the man in the middle of this insisted that those who beat him, those who laid their hands on him, were actually policemen sponsored by the Imo State government. As we speak, nothing came out of that. And now, because of the rise in the price of fuel, the government feel that the labor unions may decide to protest. And in their words or in their minds, they are being proactive by ensuring that the head of the union is busy trying to save himself from unnecessary wahala, whereas the new price of fuel comes to stay. That's my interpretation of what is playing.
Well, it looks more like it, because in the last 1 week, NLC has been busy trying to protect their president, and if you watch closely, it will look like it's a very serious distraction, because if not for the Joe travail, by now we should be hearing NLC boiling on every side.
That's right.
I think for me, my take is that I'm happy that Joe Ajero is in high spirit. You speak to him, you can tell that he's very much in high spirit. He's not the kind of person that you will just fight to a corner and then he will bow. Joe is far from such a person.
There is something about short men. Adams Oshomole, as the NLC president, was very militant.
I know.
After Adams Oshomole, we've had taller men and bigger men
who were too soft.
They were very soft-spoken and what have you. But today we have a Joajero who is about the same size like Adams Oshomole.
Okay, I understand.
And the man is causing so much wahala.
The man is like, he doesn't care. Like, I've worked with Joajero in Abuja. I know the man, not in and out, but I know him. So I know that he's unperturbed. But I think that very seriously now, the presidency or the Nigerian government should take this matter serious. Joajero is not a politician or a businessman that will just disappear. There is no way he will disappear because he's the president of NLC. He was going for a conference in UK. He was built to speak, for God's sake. Allow him to go and come back, and then you invite him again. So this whole drama is just ridiculous, to say the least. For someone who has an address, you know, when they say when you grant somebody bail, you're afraid the person will run away. It's when the person has no stake. But Joajero is a Nigerian. His family lives here. His office is here. Where will he run to? It doesn't even make sense. So it's just obvious that it's just a huge distraction.
Well, I was listening to a former DSS director yesterday, and he said that the security agents were scared that already the man that they claim was financing terrorism, Andrew Wine, that's his name, lives in the UK. There was no way a Joajero would visit the UK without communicating with Andrew Wine. So as a result, they decided to prevent him from traveling and what have you. But what the handlers have failed to realize is that this is rubbing off negatively on the present administration. Ebayo Onanuga can come out and speak on the English, tell us how Bola Ahmed Tinubu fought for democracy and what have you. But the truth is, in 2024, what we are seeing under President Bola Tinubu is quite different from the Bola Tinubu that fought the military, that fought an Olusegun Obasanjo, even fought a Goodluck Jonathan. The man, his administration is practically opposite of everything he stands for. Well, we move on to other stories this morning. Still on the Joajero matter. Head of Information of the Nigeria Labour Congress, Benson Opa, says that the Nigerian government facilitated the arrest of the NLC president, Joajero, by the Department of State Service, DSS, to distract Labour from the fact that the government had increased the pump price of fuel and wanted to enforce other policies that it did not want any opposition to. Opa said this in an interview yesterday. He criticized the government on their flagrant display of power, which he has perceived as autocratic.
How so easy it has been for them to pick up innocent people and leaving bandits out every day. That is a character of the police state. But this is not going to last. I have video clips of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, which he called the Jonathan tax. But looking at that Jonathan tax and the Tinubu tax, which is more devilish and evil. These people should go after the crooks, after the miscreants in our system, and leave us alone. We shall not be cowed. We will not be intimidated.
Meanwhile, the Department of State Services, DSS, has succumbed to pressure by releasing the passports of the president, or NLC president, Comrade Joajero. Providing an update to media men yesterday, lawyers close to the NLC president said the DSS was forced to release Ajero's passports and mobile phones, which it seized on Monday. The TUC, Global Rights Group, Amnesty International, as well as human rights activists Femi Falana, amongst others, had berated the federal government for clamping down on the labor leader and demanded his immediate and unconditional release. You may recall that Ajero was arrested at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja on Monday.
Okay. Let's go into the Labour Party crisis, which we did highlight yesterday. The senator representing the FCT, Reti Kingibe, has thrown her weight behind the 31-man caretaker committee put in place by the party stakeholders last week. This is also as an activist. Aisha Yusufu has attacked the Labour Party chairman Julius Abure over alleged misappropriation of campaign funds. Kingibe had the flag off of a 4-day free medical outreach in her constituency in collaboration with the National Commission for Refugees. Said Abure and his loyalists are yet to come to terms with reality. Okay.
So there you have it. More trouble in the Labour Party. Well, the division is becoming clearer. On one hand, we have political office holders and candidates who feel that Julius Abure has overstayed his welcome in the Labour Party and should take a bow. On the other hand, we have the likes of Julius Abure, those who manage the affairs of the party, say no, that we held a convention in Nnewi during which our tenure was renewed. So let's see how it goes. Will the political office holders and candidates have a better or have the upper hand, or will the Julius Abure faction, those who run the administration of the party, have an upper hand? Time will definitely tell. But in all of this, I see this ending in a court of law. Joe Abure from
Julius,
I beg your pardon, Julius, will not, take this line down.
If like you go,
the man would definitely cause more problem. And from the look of things, the Labour Party is about hitting rock bottom, except they decide to come together and tell themselves, hey, for peace to reign, you need to make some concessions. So we'll let this go, you get this and you get that. That's the only way the Labour Party can survive the tsunami it has found itself in. Okay, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, says bank executives were complicit in aiding money laundering in the country, adding that it would commence prosecution soon. Speaking at the 17th annual conference of the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria, the chairman of the EFCC, Ola Olukayode, said the commission would soon start prosecution of bank executives involved in corruption. According to him, findings revealed involvement in money laundering, illegal forex sales, and trading amongst bank officials. While calling on the CIBN to step up its regulatory functions to guard against fraud, the EFCC boss said major financial fraud were conducted through the nation's banking system. The commission recently urged the National Assembly to enact a law which supports the whistleblower policy of the government.
The Abia State government has announced that schools in the state will resume for the 2024-2025 academic year on Wednesday, September 23rd. The announcement follows an earlier postponement of the resumption date. The Commissioner, Oke Kano, disclosed this while briefing journalists on the outcome of this week's State Executive Council meeting. He also said that there will be a teacher training program that will commence from the 11th to the 20th to cover the remaining 1,800 master trainers.
All right, so there you have it. Proprietors of private schools, principals in government schools, and the state government has actually postponed the resumption date. There is this calendar. There's something about the calendar in Nigeria. You go to one state, they are running their own thing. You go to another state. The uniformity that used to characterize school resumption back in the days is no longer obtainable. I used to think this was peculiar to the universities because of ASU strike and what have you, but it has actually gone beyond the universities. This time around, even the secondary, the primary schools are affected. So the government did not really give any reason for the postponement, but let's see how it goes. The new date is now September 23. September 23. That's when Abia State government says schools should resume for a new session. All right.
Well, but usually some private schools usually have a different calendar, and so if you have any WhatsApp group, you can send messages to the management. That's if you're from the private school stock, to seek clarification from your school management. But of course, this information is more valid for government schools.
I wouldn't be surprised if at the end of this, despite all the publicity, some parents will still send their children to school.
You never tire, Ben. When I told my house girl that they want to extend by 1 week, if you see the way she breathes, you will know that she's tired.
Yeah, I understand that angle. I'm looking at this from the angle of some parents not paying attention. Some parents just want to get the children out at any cost. Sometimes even when the government declares public holiday, you see them conveying their children to school. only for them to get to the gate of the school and they'll tell them,
that most people,
Madam, didn't you get a notification that there was no school today? And the madam will start screaming.
Oh, you know that again, but most people here are business oriented. It's carrying the children. The kids are a distraction, believe me, they are. When I mean distraction, not in the negative, as per combining both business and taking care of the children is a huge task. So I really do not blame them.
It's not easy
at all,
especially during that toddler phase.
They eat more than how many times a day? Like in this hard economy, they don't even want to know. Their mouth must be moving.
No, be you born them. They don't care whether Tinubu is your president or not. Maybe they must eat biscuits, they must drink juice,
must eat rice.
They must eat rice.
Oh my God!
They don't care about the cost.
Hell. So we'll go on a short break. When we come back, we should be having in the studio the member representing Aba North State Constituency, Aaron Uzodike. Please stick around.
Oge na-agbakwa ọsọ kịta ọ nwere ihe ndị dị mkpa ahụ nwa gị chọrọ karịa mmiri ara. Oge eruola maka inye ya nri ndị agwakọtara agwakọ iji nyere mmiri ara aka. Nye nwa gị nri ndị agwakọrọ agwakọ. Ọ bụrụgodu otu n'ime nri ise ndị a: akwa, azụ maọbụ anụ, mkpụrụ osisi maọbụ akwụkwọ nri, mmanụ, agwa, ahụekere, soya maọbụ millet, osikapa, potato, ọka maọbụ ji. Ụmụaka site n'ọnwa 6 chọrọ ihe ndị a na nri ha ọbụla ka ahụ ha nwee ike dị iche. Ozi a si n'aka ndị Army Project nke steeti Abịa na-ahụ maka ahụike.
I'm in love. Sonia tomato mix, stand up. Easy to open, easy to squeeze, easy to scoop and easy to stir.
Sonia tomato mix in a new stand-up pouch.
Láti dènà àrùn ìgbẹ́ gbuuru àti àrùn mìíràn, pàápàá nínú àwọn ọmọdé, fọ ọwọ́ rẹ pẹ̀lú ọṣẹ àtomi tó ń dà ṣooro. Ní pàtàkì jùlọ, tó o bá lo ilé ìgbọ̀nsẹ̀ tán lẹ́yìn tó bá ti ṣàǹdí fọ́mọ tán kó o tó ṣoúnjẹ ọmọ rẹ tàbí kó o tó fún un lóúnjẹ. Àti pé tí ọmọ rẹ bá ní àìsàn ìgbẹ́ gbuuru, fún un ní oògùn oníwóró zinc lẹ́ẹ̀kan lójúmọ́ àti ORS ní wákàtí mẹ́rin tàbí kí ẹ máa fún díẹ̀díẹ̀ nínú ife. Èyí á jẹ́ kọ́mọ rẹ lè ní ìdápadà omi ara àtokun. Bákan náà, yọjú sílé iṣẹ́ ètò ìlera tó bá súnmọ́ ọ jùlọ láti gba ìtọ́jú fọ́mọ tó ní àìsàn ìgbẹ́ gbuuru. Ìkéde yìí wá láti àkànṣeṣẹ́ ARIN, ilé-iṣẹ́ tó mójútó ètò ìlera ìpínlẹ̀ Abia.
Embrace each day, face it with grace. Let your spirit soar in every space. Change your view, let it be sure and true. And you know that Hollandia is there for you. You can stay ahead with Dairy Power. Stay ahead with Hollandia. You can stay ahead with Dairy Power. Stay ahead with Hollandia. You can stay ahead with Dairy Power. Stay ahead with Hollandia.
That's right. Hollandia dairy products contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients to help you stay ahead. Now available in a new look. Hollandia, stay ahead with Dairy Power.
Your pikin don land. Hello. No dolo. Give your pikin breast milk sharp inside 1 hour where you born am. Make it take drink that first yellow milk where then they call colostrum. That first yellow milk colostrum get everything where your pikin need. Plus say go help protect your pikin against yamayama disease. Don't forget give your pikin breast inside the first 1 hour when you born am. This message now from ARI Project, Abia State Ministry of Health.
Magic 102.9.
Babies are God's gifts to parents, and breast milk is God's gift to babies. It contains all the important nutrients and minerals your baby needs, including water, for the first 6 months. Give your baby breast milk only. Remember, breast milk only for the first 6 months. This message is from the ANRIN Project, Abia State Ministry of Health.
This is Magic 102.9 FM. Let's do the magic.
Babies are God's gifts to parents, and breast milk is God's gift to babies. It contains all the important nutrients and minerals your baby needs, including water, for the first 6 months. Give your baby breast milk only. Remember, breast milk only for the first 6 months. This message is from the Anrin Project, Abia State Ministry of Health.
Hey! Ọtụtụ ndị mmadụ na-erite uru dị na Smart Cash 20,000 naira super bonus. Gịnị nụrụ ihe a na-ekwu?
Downloadụrụ m Smart Cash app. O wee nye m 20,000 naira bonus gbam.
Ana m enweta 10% cashback n'elu Airtel recharge m niile. Nke a bụ ezigbote oringo.
Ana m enwetakwa mbelata ego ruru pasentị 3 n'elu ụgwọ ọkụ eletrik m. Achọghị m ka erimeri akwụsị. Mbanụ.
Unu ekwugo, anyị anụgo. Anyị agbatịala Smart Cash 20,000 naira super bonus ruo August 2024. Kpọọ star 939 hash maọbụ download Smart Cash app ugbu a ka ị nweta 20,000 naira super bonus nke gị ugbu a were zụta ahịa. Usoro na ọnọdụ sokwa ya. Smart Cash Payment Service Bank, Sinaka Airtel.
Admissions. Wilcox Schools, Aba, located at number 56 to 60 Ikotekpene Road, Ogbo Hill, Aba, offers admissions into the 2024-2025 academic session. At Wilcox, we offer structured extracurricular activities. In our crèche, playgroup, nursery, primary, and secondary classes, we also offer day and boarding services, a unique handwritten pattern, fun and activity-based mathematics, a rich and regularly reviewed curriculum, robotic skills, ICT, and classic board games. Our curriculum is blended and tailored to nurture excellent academic growth and goodly character virtues, prioritizing extracurricular activities like music, sports, arts, and community services. For further inquiries, please call 0814-355-0666. Wilcox, raising exceptional leaders.
Away Enyimba City, Aba Idon Rejela o. Honorable Eles Ikweche want to do what they don't promise. The youth need no elu Aba. Ni maba dona kokaba. You don't get handwork o. Anything where they say you want to learn. Tailoring, ICT, solar panel installation, plumbing, hairdressing, aluminium works, etc. etc. Eles Ikweche. They call all the youth to come and register as Morgan. Come and register for free for inside his consultancy office. Where they for number 59 Pound Road by Georges. The registration they go on number 59 Pound Road by Georges in Kaba. Onyo Chana ba they talk say he don't tell what they shout. Who say man no day? He will wait to put them in action as we go around kitty wrong katakata. Come register. It's free of charge. Courtesy of Honorable Eles Ikweche. Onyo Chana ba 1 day or free of charge.
People and politics, providing the alternative voice within the democratic space.
All right, thank you so much for sharing your time with us. Like we did tell you earlier, the second part of the show will feature the member representing Aba North State Constituency, Honorable Aaron Uzodike. Honorable, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Annie.
Good to see you again. Long time.
Thank you very much.
So how has it been? Let's start from there. In this holiday, in quotes, that they gave you for the past 9 months.
Thank you very much. It's a great experience. Challenges. It's also a training and preparation for future challenges. From 13th day of December, when I got the certificate of return, to 13th of August, when I was inaugurated, you can see I passed a lot of training. I thank God at the end justifies the means. It wasn't easy.
Of course.
If you put the whole thing together, you know that it wasn't easy.
You sing way?
Yeah, a lot of way. A lot of way, because I'm faced with a lot of trauma. People will come to sympathize with you. At the time you lock up yourself, you won't go out so that people will not ask you, why is these people holding this thing? Someone will come and tell you this thing will never happen. They have decided not to do it. They will accuse you. People will sympathize with you. Sometimes I won't go out. I will be in my room to avoid even the media ask me questions that will expose my mind. So it wasn't easy, but thank God it's a lot of training. I learned a lot of things and experienced a lot of things, and I'm ready to use such things I got during the period to get further. Thank you.
The good thing is that you're wearing a beautiful smile right now after the travels.
Thank you.
Now let's talk about your purpose of coming to Magic FM.
Thank you.
You don't go to the radio every day, so for you to be here, there must be a tangible reason.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Ben and Annie, for this opportunity. Obviously, I'm here to thank all individuals and groups that contributed to ensure that I was inaugurated as a member of the Abia State House of Assembly. Let me first of all thank God for the mercies, because it's God that granted us this favor, unmerited one for that. Let me thank the Executive Governor of Abia State, Dr. Alex Soti. He played a fatherly role at the point. I want to thank the Speaker and members of the Abia State House of Assembly for welcoming me on board. My constituents, the people of Aba North, that gave me their mandate, I appreciate them. I also thank my party, PDP, for providing the platform in which I ride to contest the election to get to this position we are today. There are groups, a lot of groups, that helped, and I would want to mention some of them, sir. I have the Abangwa Political Forum. There are two groups of Abangwa Political Forum. Both of them contributed. We have IPAC. We have CUPP. These people, they were behind me. Ohaneze Ndigbo Youth Buburu, they were also behind me. I also want to congratulate the Council of Village Heads of Abia State. They wrote to the governor and the speaker pleading for my inauguration. I want to recognize especially the Council of Traditional Rulers of Aba North through the chairman, Eze Chimanjoko. They are the fans of the land. We have to respect the traditional institution. They are the custodians of the custom of the land. So I know they all supported me. I thank them very much. I won't fail to thank our bishops of the Anglican Church and the Catholic Church. They were there for me too. Let me use His grace, Ngobia and Jodade, who was my bishop. They were all pleading, asking Mr. Speaker to inaugurate me. So I thank them very much. And the other people, I want to also recognize the Nigerian Bar Association, Aba branch. At the time, they came up and was doing well for me. Now, the people that carried the cross, the media. The media was really doing lawful they were lawfully asking the speaker to do the needful. In fact, the media includes all the radio stations in Abia State, the FM. I can't mention all of them here. The print media. Even you can see some bloggers. There's no day.
You're right.
From 13th December to 13th August, you will not see anything.
You're right.
About me through the media. So I want to use you, Anne and Ben, to thank every other person in the media group for what they did. I appreciate them so much. Let me continue this way by thanking the judiciary. You see, judiciary did well. Sometimes if you don't get judgment, you think that they are not doing well. A time will come, you will know that it is not every matter that they will not give you the right judgment. I thank them very much for this judgment, because this judgment is for the sustainability of the democracy in this country. I will not fail to recognize and thank especially my legal team, led by Barrister C.C. Elele. I want to congratulate him. On the 30th of September, he will be confirmed and inaugurated as Senior Advocate of Nigeria.
Wow.
So I congratulate him so much. In fact, he is very, very good. I believe him so much. Thank you, Barrister Lele. Yes, there are so many people that I want to mention their name, but because of time, let me just mention these few people that came individually, either to the speaker or to governor or to the radio, to say, do this thing. I want to start by mentioning His Excellency Peter Obi. He came on my behalf and made calls on my behalf. I thank him so much. Sir Chukwu Udensi. Udensi was here every time any program would say, do this thing. That man have never set his eyes on me before. I don't know him.
Really?
Yes. But every time he will be here and say, do the right thing. He was pleading on the speaker to inaugurate me. I thank him very much. John Oki also was there. Ememanka Ururaja, they were here. And Abraham. Senator Baribe, also called speaker. Senator Akobundo, they were all here for me. And even other members of the National Assembly from this state, they were all behind my success. I thank them very much. I want to say that I will not close if I didn't thank my campaign organization. They really tried for me. They were behind me. Let me say, a lot of people were calling while programs were on, especially Parliament and Peoples and Politics and other programs, even in other regions. I don't know their names, but I want to thank all of them, everybody that contributed, either by calling or by contributing or by encouraging those that are contributing to do the needful. I sincerely want to thank them. I will not fail to also thank lovers of democracy, irrespective of their party affiliation. My case was not of PDP alone. People from other parties were calling. People from Labour, people from APC, people from other parties. So I want to thank them, because that you think that it's not you today, tomorrow it may be your turn.
Sure.
So I thank them very much. Finally, my family, my nuclear and extended family, my children and everybody, I thank all of you. May God bless you. Thank you.
Quite a long list, and
indeed,
one down the list. Now let's talk about during your travel. Now some people, I'm sure you've been listening to radio and you listened during the times of the travail, some people would call and say that, hey, you did not deserve their sympathy because Destiny won by number of votes cast. Would like to know what you feel about such calls, and what does it really imply? Because you've been a member of the State House of Assembly. This should be your second missionary journey.
Thank you very much. Let me start this way. The process of election, it has a lot of processes. You pass through the primaries, the election proper, declaration of results, and it will end in the courts. There is no position, even from the presidency till now, that you will not challenge. Most people do challenge in the court, and the court will affirm your position. Now, I did not challenge Destiny Nwagwu on the figures of the election. I challenged him based on the provisions of the Constitution and the Electoral Act. Let me say, you cannot study law in this country, in any university, if you don't have literature. If you like, score 500 over 500 in the JAMB. They will not give you admission to study law if you don't have literature. If you don't have biology and chemistry, you will not do medicine. If you like, score 1,000 scores in the JAMB and every other thing, you will not get admission. In this circumstance, there are provisions of the Constitution that states your qualification before you contest election. And that is Section 106 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999 as amended. It states you must be a Nigerian. You must know how to read and write to a school start level. You must not be convicted by a court. You must belong to a political party, and that political party must sponsor you. You cannot sponsor yourself. And Section 134 sub 1A of the Electoral Act provides that qualification is one of the things you can challenge in election. So on that grounds, I have the backing of the Constitution to challenge where I'm not satisfied in the election. In this circumstance, I want to tell you that in 1999, I contested this same election with Destiny. He was in ABGA. I was a PDP. When
1999 or
that is 2019.
Okay.
2019. Sorry, 2019. Then, when we lost OC Prestige, he also contested again to represent him with ABCK. He was in ABGA. And in this present dispensation, he contested primaries of ABGA on the 24th day of May 2022. And all these things were monitored by INEC. And look at the provisions of the Electoral Act, where you're supposed to be a member of a party before their primaries. He wasn't a member of Labour. So I went to INEC and got the whole documents and adduced it in the courts while the tribunal was going on. I proved to the tribunal that he was a member of ABGA all through before the primaries of Labour. You cannot use 8 days to become a member of the party. And he was also asked, and while they were cross-examining him, when did you resign from ABGA?
True.
He gave the dates. And they asked him, when did you join Labour? He gave the dates. You know lawyers now. They now asked him, where is the resignation letter? The resignation letter was not there. Where is your party card as a Labour Party card member? Those things were not presented before the courts at the tribunal. Is it not onus on him to prove that is a member of Labour. And from the sections of this constitution, it is clear that as at the day of that election, he wasn't a member of Labour. And that was the point where I decided to challenge the unduly return of him by INEC.
Okay, so clearly based on what you said was a matter of technicalities.
Technicalities and constitutional issues.
All right, so let's move on now. Even though I feel like flogging that lawyer, but let's move, Sha. The journey ahead. Of course, your constituents will be excited to hear your plans, because during your sojourn in the wilderness, we hear people say things like, what did you do in your first term? He was a failure, blah, blah, blah. So, what do you have to say to your constituents vis-a-vis the thoughts of some of them that you didn't do well? Oh?
Well, thank you very much. I would say that I cannot be a judge in my matter. I cannot say that I perfectly did well. There may be one or two areas I'm being found wanting. But this is another dispensation. This is another Honorable Aaron Uzodike. This is not the first tenor, this is now the second tenor. I think God has provided an opportunity for me to correct those places that I was lacking. I promise I will do better now than before. That's what I promised them. Considering that the processes that brought me to the point we are today, a lot of expectations from people. So I have that at the back of my mind to surprise and to beat above the imagination of so many people in this dispensation.
Okay, one of the criticisms is that Aaron Uzodike is an arrogant man and inaccessible. Let me put this question directly. Are you arrogant and are you inaccessible?
No, I'm not arrogant. I'm not inaccessible. If you right now go to my gate, it's open. I am the only House of Assembly that doesn't move with security. Ask them. From day one till today. Are you getting me? Ask people. It's not, I have said I cannot be a judge in my matter, but then ask people. They will tell you. The people can assess me at any time. Very, 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 very free at any time. I'm not arrogant. Ask the people that have worked with me. The person that said that does not know whom Aaron Uzodike is. I stand here to say that that person never come across me. I'm very, very quiet and gentle. Okay. And everybody knows that.
Okay. 9 months have since elapsed as far as representation in Aba North is concerned. Would like to know what your plans are for the people to catch up with other constituents. There are benefits other constituents may have enjoyed while you were still fighting to be inaugurated. So what are the plans for members of your constituency?
Let me start this way. As a legislator, my duty is to represent them and to make laws. As far as the oversight function, there are things they are expecting. The best way is to approach the governor politely to assist me in getting those things I cannot do. I promise them that you don't expect a legislator to construct a road, but you should expect your legislator to tell the governor that this road needs maintenance from the Ministry of Work. Those things, I will do it. Let me finally say that in the Bible, let me use that one. Lazarus died and was buried for 4 days. And when Christ came, the stone was rolled away and Lazarus became alive again. The 9 months is like when Lazarus was dead. Now that I'm here, the soul is now rolled away and life has also returned. So Jesus never came late, and I don't regard it as coming late. They will get everything they required. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Politician. Mama, the switch, but there is some kepu somewhere that before you were sworn in, there was an agreement that you will decamp to the ruling Labour Party. Did you sign any of such agreement?
No. Let me tell you, the governor or the speaker, I repeat, governor or the speaker or any of their agents did not subject me to any condition. After the inauguration, I went to the governor and said, I have right to visit the governor. I'm a member of the State House of Assembly.
That's right.
The state where His Excellency Oti is the governor. He is the father of the state. I have been, even this week, I've asked for him to see me, for me to report to him 1 or 2 things I want him to do. So going there to see him does not mean that I'm subjected to that. And of course, you know, there are things that will lead for your decamping from your party to another. Such things are not on grounds now. PDP is a big party. PDP is a national party. They are still strong. I have not seen anything there now.
No crisis yet to warrant
decamping. So anybody thinking of that is just mere thinking. Of course, I repeat, there was no such arrangement between me and governor. Governor asked me to go and do your work. Do it and do it well. You are there for your people. I quote his language on the day I met him. Thank you.
All right. Honorable would like to hear your thoughts. Just we have 9 minutes to say something to him. The numbers to reach us 09169881029 or 0808661029 or 0907671029. Hello?
Hello.
Good morning. Please be as brief as possible, please.
Okay, thank you, Anastasia. My name is Emmanuel. I'm calling from Aba. Yes, Honorable, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Let me just use this opportunity to very like what Anastasia said, that I should be brief as possible. I think those things you are telling us what happened in court, I think it's clear to some of us. We know what happened before now. And I want to ask you, sir, how are you trying to bring your friend and also our brother, Destiny Nwagu, who won you in the field? Let's not forget about the technicality that those things are saying.
So what is your question, please?
Are you be able to reach across to him
as
a brother?
All right, thank you. His question is about reaching out to Destiny. Is there plans for that?
Yes, even when he was appointed a commissioner, I congratulated him. When he was appointed a commissioner in the Niger State House of Assembly Service Commission, I congratulated him.
Okay, the next question, please. Hello?
Hello.
Thank you. I want to thank you for your quietness during the period when we are being prosecuted. I want to commend you for your hardness, because I know you for a very long time. I think you are supposed to have assembly once or twice when I was in church. You are a good man.
Thank you.
And I want to say that we are looking by you on media and condemn the action of the speaker then. But thank God they have corrected what they thought is not the right thing we did. The right thing they did. So I want to challenge you to be of a good person you are. Continue with your party. What matters in life is the heart, not even the party. The same party you are going to make in the heart is what we will look after, not even the party you are coming from. So I, both of you, will always stand by you. Know that you are doing the right thing. And I want to say, So big thank you to the media who stood by your side to say that what the court said must stand. And today, I thank God for your life and for your being inaugurated as a member of the other House of Assembly. Go on with the good work you have in the mind. Look after the continuity, the poor, the refugees in society. And by doing so, God will bless you. Thank you, and God bless you, my dear brother.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right, we take some messages on the live feed. Congratulations to you, Honorable Zodiki. I wish you well. Obedechebu, I'm talking from experience. I've had a personal encounter with Honorable Aaron. He's never arrogant. He's blessed. I don't know what that means. Ogechukwu Obonna says you have proven your worth by thanking the same Ndeze Aba, especially the same Eze Chimanjoku. You are indeed a Democrat. Yes, I remember he did come to this station and he didn't really say kind things about you. So it's good that you have learned your lesson. And
of course, somebody may be disappointing you today, but tomorrow he impresses you.
Yeah. There's room for improvement. Okay, Chigoze Lu says, my dear,
I promise the people of Abalot good representation in the Niger State House of Assembly. Thank you.
All right, and on behalf of our colleagues in the media industry, we are sent to thank you as well. It was never personal. Whatever we did as journalists was just our professional duty. So it's okay that you also recognized our role. So we thank you also for coming.
Thank you.
And that way, when you say you see, your reign in the Abia Assembly justify that way. Like, you have something to say?
I believe, like he said, he has learned his lesson. Another opportunity is here for him to right the perceived wrongs that may have happened in his first term. And he has indeed given his constituencies rights that he would do things that will bring smile to their faces. I can only wish you well in what you've chosen to do. May your stay in the Abia House Assembly be beneficial to members of your constituency.
Thank you.
All right, we'll go on this break while the Honorable takes a bow.
ọnwa isi ewo oge na-agbakwa ọsọ kịta o nwere ihe ndị dị mkpa ahụ nwa gị chọrọ karịa mmiri ara oge ruole maka inye ya nri ndị agwakọtara agwakọ iji nyere mmiri ara aka nye nwa gị nri ndị agwakọrọ agwakọ ọ bụlụgodu otu n'ime nri ise ndị a akwa azụ maọbụ anụ mkpụrụ osisi maọbụ akwụkwọ nri mmanụ agwa ahụekere soya maọbụ millet osikapa poteto ọka maọbụ ji ụmụaka site n'ọnwa isii chọrọ ihe ndị a na nri ha ọbụla ka ahụ ha nwee ike dị iche. Ozi a si n'aka ndị Arin Project nke steeti Abịa na-ahụ maka ahụike.
I'm in love, Sonia tomato mix, stand up. Is it to open? Is it to squeeze? Is it to scoop? And is it to stir?
Sonia tomato mix in a new stand-up pouch.
Láti dènà àrùn ìgbẹ́ gbuuru àti àrùn mìíràn pàápàá nínú àwọn ọmọdé fọ ọwọ́ rẹ pẹ̀lú ọṣẹ àtomi tó ń dà ṣooro ní pàtàkì jùlọ tó o bá lo ilé ìgbọ̀nsẹ̀ tán lẹ́yìn tó o bá ti ṣàǹdí fọ́mọ tán kó o tó ṣoúnjẹ ọmọ rẹ tàbí kó o tó fún un lóúnjẹ àti pé o tí ọmọ rẹ bá ní àìsàn ìgbẹ́ gbuuru fún un ní oògùn oníwóró zinc lẹ́ẹ̀kan lójúmọ́ àti ORS ní wákàtí mẹ́rin tàbí kí ẹ máa fún díẹ̀díẹ̀ nínú ife èyí á jẹ́ kọ́mọ rẹ lè ní ìdápadà omi ara àtokun. Bákan náà yọjú sílé iṣẹ́ ètò ìlera tó bá súnmọ́ ọ jùlọ láti gba ìtọ́jú fọ́mọ tó ní àìsàn ìgbẹ́ gbuuru.
Ìkéde yìí wá láti àkànṣeṣẹ́ Arin ilé-iṣẹ́ tó mójútó ètò ìlera ìpínlẹ̀ Abia.
Imagine thinking you bought an unlimited data plan, but the next thing we hear is,
oh, this data has finished again.
Well, that's what happens when you don't buy a truly unlimited data plan.
Enjoy truly unlimited data with unlimited speed-based data plans from Airtel. Visit www.airtel.com.ng/HBB to buy now. Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Embrace each day, Face it with grace. Let your spirit soar in every space. Change your view. Let it be sure and true. And you know that Hollandia is there for you. You can stay ahead with their power. Stay ahead with Hollandia. You can stay ahead with their power. Stay ahead with Hollandia. You can stay ahead with their power. Stay ahead with Hollandia.
That's right. Hollandia dairy products contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients to help you stay ahead. Now available in a new look. Hollandia, stay ahead with dairy power.
Your pikin don land. Hello. No dull. Give your pikin breast milk sharp sharp inside 1 hour where you born am. Make it take drink that first yellow milk wey dem dey call colostrum. That first yellow milk colostrum get everything wey your pikin need. Plus say e go help protect your pikin against yamayama disease. No forget give your pikin breast inside the first 1 hour when you born am. This message na from ARI Project, Abia State Ministry of Health.
Magic 102.9.
Babies are God's gifts to parents, and breast milk is God's gift to babies. It contains all the important nutrients and minerals your baby needs, including water, for the first 6 months. Give your baby breast milk only. Remember, breast milk only for the first 6 months. This message is from the ANRIN Project, Abia State Ministry of Health.
This is Magic 102.9 FM. Let's do the magic.
Please subscribe to the channel.
And please stick to the topics we did discuss in the first 30 minutes of the show, because Honorable has gone. So any question you're asking now, they here. We looked at Ajero's issue with the presidency, the UK TUC reacting that is a violation of his human rights. We talked about the DSS releasing his travel documents. We talked about the crisis in Labour Party where Kingibe is backing the OT campaign, rather panel, okay, and the EFCC getting ready to prosecute bank executives who are committing money laundering. So please.
To Nigeria, we talked about Adams Oshomole. You may want to go down in history to find out the kind of relationship and Adams Oshomole as the NLC president had with an Olusegun Obasanjo as the president then. So most labor leaders, they know what they get into. It is not an easy thing because governments are always uncomfortable once you criticize their policy. Once you go against their policy, they would come up with all manner of things to nail you. So let's not tribalize this, because before Ejo Ajero, there was an Adams Oshomole who also practically experienced what Ejo Ajero is experiencing today. You come to the state level, we've talked about the Norgay, former Norgay chairman.
Who was transferred?
He is from Abia. He's not from Maiduguri. But go and find out what happened to him when Alex Oti was sworn in as the governor. The governor did not want him as the Norgay chairman, and today the man was transferred unceremoniously. We even understand that his salaries at the point stopped coming. So let's not tribalize this, okay? Let's move on. Let's take more calls.
From the judge, Saga. You see, one thing about Tinubu is that he's always a totalitarian leader. And you can remember his story with Sawolu. So, in an act of government, once you are not on the same page with him, he will begin to enchant you. And I only want to believe that he's taking Nigerians for granted, because you cannot say there will be no dissenting voices while you are taking on policies that are not people-friendly. So, I don't think Ajero has committed anything, though that has always been the fate of labor leaders. Then he should accept whatever he sees and remain steadfast. Because once you accept any responsibility, then the challenges that a company you should equally be ready to face it. Then on the issue of Labour Party, you see Abure and the other officers of the party from the national to the state and I think they have the interest of the party at heart. Some of us as the party members, what we see even at the world level are not palatable at all. So I want to support the LFA-led faction and the moves they've made so far. The party needs to be rejected for things to work out for better. That's my take this morning. Thanks a lot.
All right, thank you. Hello, good morning.
Gosh, good morning, Mr. Ben and Annie.
You're welcome. Your name and location.
Ugo Ezewaka is my name.
Thank you for joining us, Ugo. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. Well, I think I like the fact that the UK have taken notice of what is happening in Nigeria as regards human rights abuses, irrespective of the fact that the government of the under Bayo and Anoga came out to deny such. Because how can you tell me that because of dissenting voices you are clamping down on virtually every unit that should protect the people, the NLC leadership, and even SERAP? Have you noticed that most pressure groups are not saying anything, in the face of all this crisis, all this hardship
True.
Nigerians are facing?
True.
Because they are now afraid of DSS. They are afraid of their lives. And that is what the government wants. They want to hoodwink everybody so that people will keep mute and just, keep taking the suffering they are dishing out to people. And again, this should also be a lesson to NLC that they should at every point be on the side of the people. These guys came out immediately during that last protest to say that they are not part of it. When you know seriously that people are not even protesting for the fun of it. People are protesting because they are hungry. They are going through hell. And in a situation like that, you should align with the people. So it should also be a wake-up call for NLC to understand that there should also be a pressure group, an unbiased pressure group in the face of what Nigerians are going through. That's what I would have wanted to ask the honorable question, but that's okay. Thank you so much and do have a lovely day.
All right, thank you. You too. Have a great day.
Okay, on Facebook, Kurumuki, for a typical bank transaction, most times signature, ID card, BVN aren't enough. Meanwhile, the bank and its executive are accessory to many financial crimes. Isn't that very interesting? Prince Lord Shekina, if the EFCC wasn't going after the bank executive before now, one could be forced to ask what manner of corruption they are fighting, when it's obvious that these corrupt bank chiefs facilitate money laundering. Jonathan Bubani Ochanjo Ajero is embarrassing. The attempt to gag dissenting voice and organized labor by Trump up charges, but he shouldn't be cowed. That's right. Kingsley Uchechku Brown, APC-led government keeps jumping from one country to another, looking for investors, but look at how they're handling Joe Ajero's issue, and we think the world is not reading our news. Awa Okorie David, I think the action of the federal government in arresting Joe is based on two conspiracy theories. That he may be speaking against the Nigerian state, as there is tendency that he will spill the beans as regards the anti-people policies as he scheduled to speak at the conference. Two, that there is possibility of him speaking to Andrew Wayne, who is in the UK. George Obinna, Tinubu administration is just like Idi Amin's administration. Let's see what Nigeria will be like. Chibuzo DMX Ekpemo, I still wonder if this democracy we were taught in school then, we no longer practice democracy, rather dictatorship system of government. Best man who can do anyway, federal government is purposely doing what they are doing so that the issue of petrol price will be forgotten. Why are they insensitive to the plight of the common man? Congrats to Iran. Chika Nwadema, you did well in your first time, rather you should improve to shame your enemies. Hey. Onyekachi Barry O'Brien, Iran's victory is a travesty of justice because it's a pre-election matter which the tribunal ought not to have entertained. Akaka Sunday, petrol price, my question is, can Nigeria be good? Iwagwe Manuel Simba, Tinubu is using DSS to do his bidding. He's very aware that Joe will call for protest against the hike in pulp price. Kalinet finally, talking about school resumption in Abia, some schools have reopened already. Labour Party should unite, resolve the internal crisis rocking the party because it spoils things for them in 2027.
Okay, on the live stream, Edward Obunaya from Igwebike Street. Okay, Nigerian government is playing drama with the Labour. Once for all, we are tired of all this political jingoism. Ahukana Maxwell, the efforts made by the duo of Peter Obi and Dr. Alex Oti, which led to the appointment of caretaker committee to run the affairs of Labour Party, is in the right direction. Those who want to midwife and destroy the party for their selfish interest are bent to destroy the party. Okay, from Obehiasa. Kingsley Uchechku Brown, you're interested in this move of investigation by the EFCC on banks because a lot of money laundering activities by our politicians are aided by these banks, and we keep having overnight billionaires, bank chiefs and MDs. Faith Elua, please tell the federal government that the labor leader is not a problem of Nigeria. Let the law enforcement agencies go after bandits, armed robbers and the terrorists in the northeastern parts of the country. Mazi Awukana, nobody is above the law, says the presidency. I, Mazi Awukana, on behalf of the Eastern Forum, call on the presidency of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, led by Bola Tinubu, to treat all citizens of Nigeria equally, especially those from the eastern region. All right, thank you. Joseph Nwogo. Okay, thank you for your kind words this morning. Ogechku Obodan, we thank God it's finally happened. Justice finally prevailed over injustices and impunity. Chine Merem Simeon, Joe Ajero, the NLC president, should not succumb to the pressure being mounted on him by the federal government. He should continue pushing for the welfare of workers, having in mind that leaders face a whole lot of challenges. Prince Nwabogo Wingwe, thank God Almighty for the inauguration of Honorable Aaron Ozodike. Okay, Charles Diamond, Honorable Ozodike, kudos to you. Okay, Chibueze Ogbu, thank you, and had read that one. Hyacinth Ogbuna, the principle and practice of good governance in a democracy have been eroded by the anti-people's actions of President Bola Tinubu, using the coercive tools of states to intimidate dissenting voices. The labor and opposition groups would rather aggravate the worsening situations in the country. Caution is strongly advised. All right, thank you. Ogechukwu Ogbonna, you have proven your worth for thanking the same. Okay, and took that already. Let's move on. Okay. Stephen C. Achonwa, much I appreciate the swearing in of Honorable Zodike. He should now go back to the drawing board, appease members of his constituency. Okay. Kelly Ikechku Ajebu from Asokoro, thank you. You're greeting the Honorable. Awa Okore David, I think the action of the federal government in arresting Joe Ajero is based on two conspiracy theories. Okay, and took that as well. Let's move on. Let's see. Boniface Odinakachi. DSS arresting Ajero and detaining him for over 15 hours is very bad. I hope they don't cause more problems. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us. Your name and location.
Thank you. I am from Eastern and calling from Atamoni Bunabo local government.
Go ahead.
I want to comment on the suspension and arrest of Jajero. I don't know whether we are following democracy or military dictatorship. When you speak the truth, they will apprehend you, maybe terminate your life. I want the people to allow this man to prevail and allow him to fight for the people of the country, for the betterment of the growth of this country. We are buying a liter of fuel, 1,005 here in Aba, and it is uncalled for because we have crude oil in Nigeria. So let them allow this man to exercise his freedom and as a democracy, for him to prevail and allow the people to enjoy the dividend of democracy. In case of Ozodike, he was my classmate. He was not arrogant. though his father was a commissioner during Mbakwe's regime. I was carrying him on my bicycle from Kwai to his place. It was not arrogant, neither do he show anything that shows that he's pompous. No. The other day I saw him driving his car along Port Harcourt Road by bank. Now, I don't know whether you have started proving arrogance by now, but I know you are not that arrogant. Thank God for inaugurating him, and I want him to correct all his mistakes. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, let's see if we can take one more call before we wrap up today's conversation. One or two more calls. Okay, on our YouTube channel, Choma Neldo Kafo is saying congratulations once more, Honorable Aaron Uzodike. We are looking forward to quality representation from you. All right, thank you. All right, that's all the time we have to spend with you this morning. Thank you for being part of the program. Do well to join us tomorrow, being Thursday, for another edition. My name is Ben Mato.
My name is Anastasia Odochuchina. Have a beautiful day.
Oge na-agbakwa ọsọ kịta o nwere ihe ndị dị mkpa ahụ nwa gị chọrọ karịa mmiri ara. Oge eruole maka inye ya nri ndị agwakọtara agwakọ iji nyere mmiri ara aka. Nye nwa gị nri ndị agwakọrọ agwakọ. Ọ bụrụgodu otu n'ime nri ise ndị a: akwa, azụ maọbụ anụ, mkpụrụ osisi maọbụ akwụkwọ nri, mmanụ, agwa, ahụekere, soya maọbụ millet, osikapa, potato, ọka maọbụ ji. Ụmụaka site n'ọnwa isii chọrọ ihe ndị a na nri ha ọbụla ka ahụ ha nwee ike dị iche. Ozi a si n'aka ndị Arin Project nke steeti Abịa na-ahụ maka ahụike.
I'm in love, Sonia tomato mix, stand up. Easy to open, easy to squeeze, easy to scoop and easy to stir.
Sonia tomato mix in a new standard pouch.
Our name is Magic 102.9 Abba. Feel the magic.
Láti dènà àrùn ìgbẹ́ gbuuru àti àrùn mìíràn, pàápàá nínú àwọn ọmọdé, fọ ọwọ́ rẹ pẹ̀lú ọṣẹ àtomi tó ń dà ṣooro. Ní pàtàkì jùlọ, tó o bá lo ilé ìgbọ̀nsẹ̀ tán, lẹ́yìn tó o bá ti ṣàǹdí fọ́mọ tán, kó o tó ṣoúnjẹ ọmọ rẹ tàbí kó o tó fún un lóúnjẹ. Àti pé o, tí ọmọ rẹ bá ní àìsàn ìgbẹ́ gbuuru, fún un ní oògùn oníwóró zinc lẹ́ẹ̀kan lójúmọ́ àti ORS ní wákàtí mẹ́rin tàbí kí ẹ máa fún díẹ̀díẹ̀ nínú ife. Èyí á jẹ́ kọ́mọ rẹ lè ní ìdápadà omi ara àtokun. Bákan náà, yọjú sílé iṣẹ́ ètò ìlera tó bá súnmọ́ ọ jùlọ láti gba ìtọ́jú fọ́mọ tó ní àìsàn ìgbẹ́ gbuuru.
Ìkéde yìí wá láti àkọ́ṣeṣẹ́ Arin, ilé-iṣẹ́ tó mójútó ètò ìlera ìpínlẹ̀ Abia.
102.9 FM.
Charlatan Quality Anti-Malaria contains Artemisa and Lumefantrine, available in cherry-flavored dispersible tablets with very convenient dosing for kids. Charlatan is also available in tablets for adults. Knock out malaria in 3 days with Charlatan from Shalina Healthcare. If symptoms persist after 3 days, consult your doctor.
Your pikin don land. Hello. No dolo. Give your pikin breast milk sharp sharp inside 1 hour where you born am. Make it take drink that first yellow milk wey dem dey call colostrum. That first yellow milk colostrum get everything wey your pikin need. Plus say e go help protect your pikin against yamayama disease. No forget give your pikin breast inside the first 1 hour when you born am. This message na from Henry Project, Abia State Ministry of Health.
Magic 102.9.
Babies are God's gifts to parents, and breast milk is God's gift to babies. It contains all the important nutrients and minerals your baby needs, including water, for the first 6 months. Give your baby breast milk only. Remember, breast milk only for the first 6 months. This message is from the Anrin Project, Abia State Ministry of Health.
This is Magic 102.9 FM. Let's do the magic.
Imagine thinking you bought an unlimited data plan, but the next thing we hear is,
oh, this data has finished again.
Well, that's what happens when you don't buy a truly unlimited data plan.
Enjoy truly unlimited data with unlimited speed-based data plans from Airtel. Visit www.airtel.com.ng/HBB to buy now. Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Babies are God's gifts to parents, and breast milk is God's gift to babies. It contains all the important nutrients and minerals your baby needs, including water, for the first 6 months. Give your baby breast milk only. Remember, breast milk only for the first 6 months. This message is from the Anrin Project, Abia State Ministry of Health.
We're the station that beats all the competition. And we'll prove it as soon as we hear any competition. 102.9.
Pray and fast, I meditate. I know that God's a lie every other day. Cool my temperature, it down the race. Rain on me, Father in heaven, have mercy on me. Open heaven, and rain on me. Shame my enemies when no believe. Shadow me, man eating with my eye don't see. I cannot tell all the wolf from sheep. Shame the enemies when no believe. See what lava. To highlight my name in they play. All the blessings they come my way. I go get money like Dangote. Last when them see me they go shout take way. Father, Father, you know say I did loyal. Oh, make your favor come my way. Holy Father, see what lava. They don't want to see blessing go fire. If you be my baby, your Father.
But of course, it's still Magic 102.9 FM. Time check right here is 10:31 a.m. It's the 11th of September 2024. Okay, well, I've got an important guest in the studio at this time. My name is Jude Ochang, by the way, and for the next 30 minutes, we shall be having a discussion with our guests, Mrs. Edna Nwana Carlo Peters. Of course, she's a lecturer, foods, science, and nutrition lecturer. Well, good morning, ma. Welcome to Magic 102.9 FM.
Good morning, sir.
Okay. Well, you've been hearing of Irene for some time, of course. I mean, if you're an added listener of the station, Irene has been in the airwaves for quite some time, and this morning we'll have a chance to discuss it and look at a few things that you need to know. Irene, by the way, assessing nutrition in Nigeria. Madam, maybe take us through what Irene, stands for particularly, and then before we get into the major topic for the day.
Okay. Good morning, my viewers. Irene means accelerating nutrition results in Nigeria. It is a World Bank assisted project which focuses on nutrition for pregnant women, lactating mothers and children.
Okay. So basically this is for the mothers. You said it's a World Bank assisted program.
Yes.
Okay, so this should be in partnership with of course, the Federal Ministry of Health and all of that. Okay, now let's focus on the topic for this morning, which is the iron and folic acid. One would ask, I mean, for those who do not know, how important or what importance, I mean, do these have, to the mother, the iron and folic acid?
Iron and folic acid, before I will tell us about the importance of these nutrients, I would like to do just a brief introduction of what iron and folic acid, what it means. Okay, so this of course you know that folic acid is one of the essential nutrients. Folic acid, another name for it is vitamin B9. Okay. That's vitamin B9. Okay, it's one of the components of B complexes and it's very, very essential to everybody. But our focus here is on pregnant women, breastfeeding mothers and young children under 5 years. It is very, very important because our body cannot synthesize these nutrients, and because they cannot be synthesized by the body, it is pertinent that we get them on our daily foods, and whenever we are eating it is important we get them. However, when we cannot get them in our foods, of course you know what food is these days, you can also get their supplements through drugs. Okay,
so why is this very important to pregnant women? Because there seems to be some kind of attention on just pregnant women. Is it to say folic acid and iron are not important to other people besides pregnant women? Why the emphasis on pregnant women?
Actually, it is important for everybody. Okay. But it is more important, it is important to everybody. Virtually everybody needs, both male and female, young and old, we need iron and folic acid. But our emphasis are on pregnant women, lactating mothers and young children under 5 years, because these people are the people that are most, they are highly predisposed to, the deficiencies of these nutrients. It is important because it is required for the normal growth and development of the fetus. For a pregnant woman, of course, when the baby is still in the womb, the baby is called fetus. So for the baby to develop adequately, iron and folic acid is highly required. Okay, so it is good for the development. It also helps in the maintaining of normal brain function. For a baby's brain to function very well, the baby needs iron and folic acid right from the womb. In fact, research has proven that you even need a woman, before the woman gets pregnant, the woman should be taking iron and folic acid, or iron and folic acid rich foods. So it is important, it helps, in the maintaining of normal brain functions. And that is why most of the children that are born these days, their brains don't function very well. You see them, they come out with one disease or other of the brain, sometimes blindness, sometimes inability of the child to walk, or poor behavioral patterns. These as a result of poor iron and the folic acid intake. It also helps in the proper cell growth and development of the embryo, as I said earlier. Folate in the form of folic acid is used. Sometimes we interchange folic acid and folate. Two of them, they are synonyms. They are just the same thing. The difference between folate and folic acid is just that folate is the natural form of it. folate is the one you get when you are eating your food.
Okay.
For instance, if you are eating your vegetables, the nutrients there, that B9 vitamin is folate. But when it's not gotten from the food, the synthetic one, the manufactured ones, the ones we buy from the pharmacy, is known as what? Folic acid.
Okay, quite interesting. I'm sure some would ask, of course, you talked about the ones that are manufactured, and then there are people who are more comfortable with taking natural substances. I mean, they believe whatever vitamins that are out there, they should get it in food, okay, rather than maybe even getting to the pharmacy or whatever it is. So maybe take us through some of the local sources of these essential nutrients, how they can be gotten, what women, especially pregnant women, should look for to eating, especially when they are carrying their pregnancy.
Okay, the essential nutrients, of course, we are going to concentrate more on our locally available nutrients. That word, the name folate, came from forum, which means it is derived from leafy vegetables. That green leafy vegetables that are green and they are very leafy, like our normal logo, water leaf, okazi, bitter leaf, and okra. These are our local foods that we can get folic acid and the iron from. And these are the plant sources that we can get. Of course, basically it can be gotten from two main sources. One is plant sources and animal sources. The plant sources are the ones I just mentioned, the fresh leafy vegetables, and the animal sources, you can get them mainly from liver, kidneys of animals. You can get them from fishes, from crayfish, and so forth. Every other fish and animals.
Okay, so essentially it's important that pregnant women take a lot of vegetables and a lot of fish and meat,
milk, okay, yogurts, cheeses, whichever one you can lay your hands on. There's some people who say, these days things are very, very difficult. How will I be able to buy chicken? How will I buy meat and all that? God has made everything so wonderful that if you cannot afford chicken, if you cannot afford goat meat, cannot afford pork, you can just get crayfish. When you get your crayfish, another type of fish, join them together, you'll be able to get these nutrients adequately.
Okay, that's basically for folic acid. Then what about iron? I mean, is it the same thing, or there are special foods as well that pregnant women can look out for or can take just to ensure that they have enough iron in their system?
Two of them, their sources are almost the same. They are almost the same from leafy vegetables. Then that of iron, you can get them more from kidneys of animals, liver, from milk, from eggs, and all that. They are the same. So when you eat virtually all these vegetables, you are invariably getting all these nutrients. Now that some vegetables are in season, just eat them enough, eat them copiously, you get all these things.
Okay.
So pregnant women are encouraged to take iron and folic acid. It is for the betterment of their babies. It will be very sad for you to give birth to an abnormal child. And these days, when such things occur, you see them saying it's one witch that attacked them. You will not know that it's as a result of nutrient deficiency. So that is why they are advised. Even in the hospital, it is part of their routine drugs. They are meant to take it on daily basis. Where the essence of taking these nutrients, especially the folic acid and iron, maybe in their synthetic form, is peradventure you were not able to get these nutrients
from the local foods.
You can. This one will be, complemented.
Okay. So in a sense, I mean, if I'm having the supplements, I don't necessarily have to look for those foods, or I could combine both. I mean.
Okay, for a pregnant woman, where you are getting enough, you may not need it. However, because some of the foods we eat these days, it is almost difficult for you to get all these things in their right proportions. It is pertinent to take the other ones. But for a non-pregnant mother, for you that is a man, you may not need the synthetic one. Okay, you may not need it.
All right. Now, one thing you mentioned is iron. Of course, growing up, I always heard that one food that you can get iron from is unripe plantain, and there is that talk every time. I mean, when somebody eats unripe plantain, it's assumed that you'll be very, very strong. We always make reference to our Cameroon friends all the time. Is it also a good source of iron? The pregnant women, should they have enough unripe plantain? Is it good for them?
Actually, plantain is good.
Okay.
Plantain is a good source of carbohydrates, potassium, magnesium, and few other nutrients. But it is a poor source of what iron.
Oh.
That's the misconception that people have. Even when you get to the market, the other day I went to the market to buy plantain. The woman told me a bunch of plantain or either 7,000. 7,000. Say yes. Don't you know you are getting iron? This one is iron. That is the ignorance of the people. So that's one of the, one of our duties to educate them that is not is a poor source of iron.
Okay, so if you're a pregnant woman out there and you're listening, I guess, I mean, you made a point earlier, which is about the economy of the country, because sometimes you might know what is important for you as a pregnant woman, but then you look at your pocket, you do not have enough of it. So how do they strike a balance? This, if you're to advise, I mean, from your own experience and from a place of knowledge, what would you advise that a pregnant woman who does not have so much, to do?
Okay, a pregnant woman who can use whose pocket is not very full, you can still make do with available nutrients, our fruits and vegetables, as I earlier mentioned. If you cannot buy meat, if you cannot buy chicken, at least you can buy crayfish 200 naira. When you buy crayfish 200 naira, there are other smaller fishes you can buy 200 naira. And periwinkle, you can also get periwinkle. These are animal sources and your vegetables. By a combination of all these nutrients, you will get enough folic acid and iron in your daily needs.
Okay, well, it's still Magic 102.9 FM. We're speaking with our guest this morning. She is Edna Nwanakalu Peters, Mrs. She's a food science and nutrition lecturer in one of the higher institutions right here in the state. Of course, the topic this morning is iron and folic acid. For pregnant women especially, that's what the focus is on. There are quite a number of pregnant women who do not know, the right food to eat. There's also a possibility that, a pregnant woman could have so much, yet we don't know what is good, for her body. I'm sure this is why Mrs. Edna Nwana has come around this morning, to educate the people, especially the pregnant women, on the need to have these things in right proportions as well. Maybe just to take us through again a little bit for those who might have missed out on some of the things you said earlier, the importance of iron and folic, and basically why we should not take it for granted. Let's just have a little bit of it again, please.
Okay.
And maybe if you can as well, the proportions that should be taken, so we don't overdose, as it were.
Okay. As we said earlier, that iron and folic acid are very vital for everybody, but our emphasis is on pregnant women, lactating mothers, that's breastfeeding mothers, and children under 5 years old. Okay, they are very important because they help in growth and development of the cells. They help in the development of the embryo, that's the fetus in the womb. They also help in proper brain development of the babies. Okay, they also help your baby to function very well, and also for you to be very, very strong. We also discuss on some of the deficiencies, some of the consequences that one may encounter if she doesn't take enough of these nutrients. And one of them is tiredness. The pregnant woman will always be tired, dizziness. So if you are a worker, you will not feel like going to work because you don't eat well. Because when others are working, you just be sitting down, you're giving pregnancy as an excuse. No, it's not pregnancy. Pregnancy is just a normal occurrence. That is as a result of the nutrient deficiency. Okay, and the person will look pale. You will not look strong. When someone looks at you, you will not look strong. You just look so weak and pitiful. And for the child will not develop well. See a child of 2 years, he or she will not be able to talk. Okay, the person will not be able to do normal things that children of his or her age normally do. The baby will also look pale, will look yellowish, the hair will begin to fall, the hair will look yellowish, and all that. These are one of the deficiencies of it. However, there are recommended dosages for these things, for these nutrients that we are talking about. Then for children between 7 to 12 months, it's recommended that he or she takes 11 milligram. Then for 1 to 3 years, 7 milligram. For 4 to 8 years, 10 milligrams. Then 9 to 13 years, 8 milligram. Then for girls of 14 to 18 years, they take 15 milligram. Then for boys to 14 to 18 years, it is 11 milligram. Then pregnant women are also advised to take, I think, 11 milligram. Then for For folic acid, which is now folic acid is 400 milligram for pregnant mothers, then 200 milligram for children.
Okay. Well, if you're a pregnant woman out there, maybe you're even expecting, hoping to get pregnant someday, you listen to us this morning. Probably maybe want to also, be part of this show this morning. If you can, our lines will be activated right away. 0907 677 1029, 0916 988 1029, and 0809 666 1029. The focus this morning is on iron and folic acid. Okay, iron and folic acid for pregnant women, lactating mothers as well. I mean, if you're a mother who's breastfeeding, you probably want to maybe ask a few questions this morning. Our guest in the building, Mrs. Edna Nwanna Carlo Peters, is here to answer your questions and give you direction or help you out, with some things you do not know. So I expect, some of your comments, and of course on the social media platforms as well, the WhatsApp platform, you can drop your questions there. 0907 677 1029. Okay, so are there other things you want to highlight for us? Because I know a lot of pregnant women, have a lot to ask or to seek from the medical practitioners, or for those who know, but they do not have the right information. If you were to just speak maybe in 2-3 minutes, what are those areas you probably want to touch that we haven't touched on this morning to help any pregnant woman listening to you this morning?
Okay, one of the areas we've not talked about is on causes of iron and folic acid deficiencies. Okay, one of the things that will make you not to have it enough. Number one is blood loss, when you always lose blood, either through blood donation, although this one is not really for pregnant women, because most pregnant women, I don't think it is advisable for a pregnant woman to donate blood. Then excessive menstrual bleeding. Some women, when they are pregnant, they menstruate. So while menstruating, in that case, the person may also lose blood. Okay, for non-menstrual bleeding, people that just bleed, maybe they have a wound, whether you are losing iron as well. And inadequate iron and folic acid intake, that's one of the major causes of these deficiencies. When you don't take the required daily dose as a pregnant woman, you will be deficient of this one. And that one that's very, very important is malabsorption syndromes. Some people, their systems don't absorb iron and folic acid.
Oh, really?
Yes. While it's as a result of the food they take. A pregnant woman is not supposed to be taking alcohol. So when you take alcohol, especially in excessive measures, you find that the alcohol will not allow this iron and folic acid to be absorbed by the body. So the person will become deficient of it. Then another food, although there are some components of some drugs that may hinder folic acid and iron from being absorbed in the system. Then another one is tannin and caffeine. Tannin and caffeine are two components that are found in tea. There are two components that are found in tea. Okay, tannin is found in tea, while caffeine is found in coffee. So tannin and caffeine, they inhibit iron and folic acid absorption.
Okay.
So when you take tannin, this tannin is found in tea. When we are talking about this tea, we don't mean your beverages like milk and Milo and all that. What we mean is there's some of the green teas, black tea like Lipton.
Okay.
Like some pregnant women, they will tell you, I'm pregnant, I don't want to add enough weight. Every day they will take Lipton. Every day they will take another tea, either green tea or one or that. These teas will prevent their body from absorbing iron and folic acid, thereby predisposing them to these deficiencies that we earlier mentioned.
Okay, so you heard that some of the causes of iron deficiencies in the body. That's why it's important that pregnant women, engage with their doctors as regularly as possible, isn't it? Because sometimes you never know if some of these things are deficient in your body, and then your child is suffering, and then you, like you said, you give birth to a baby, and the baby is not as healthy as the baby should be. Okay, well, we're going to take a break. Let's get to take a commercial break. When we come back, we still have Edna Nwanna Carlo Peters, Mrs. Of course, she's a specialist, food science and nutrition lecturer, giving us a little bit of information on the importance of iron and folic acid in pregnant women and lactating mothers. We'll be back in a bit.
Oge na-agbakwa ọsọ kịta ọ nwere ihe ndị dị mkpa ahụ nwa gị chọrọ karịa mmiri ara. Oge ruole maka inye ya nri ndị agwakọtara agwakọ. iji nyere mmiri ara aka nye nwa gị nri ndị agwakọrọ agwakọ. Ọ bụlụgodu otu n'ime nri ise ndị a: akwa, azụ maọbụ anụ, mkpụrụ osisi maọbụ akwụkwọ nri, mmanụ, agwa, ahụekere, soya maọbụ millet, osikapa, poteto, ọka maọbụ ji. Ụmụaka site n'ọnwa 6 chọrọ ihe ndị a na nri ha ọbụla ka ahụ ha nwee ike dị chịm. Ozi a si n'aka ndị Arin Project nke steeti Abịa na-ahụ maka ahụike.
Our name is Magic 102.9 Aba. Feel the magic.
Láti dènà àrùn ìgbẹ́ gbuuru àti àrùn mìíràn, pàápàá nínú àwọn ọmọdé, fọ ọwọ́ rẹ pẹ̀lú ọṣẹ àtomi tó ń dà ṣooro. Ní pàtàkì jùlọ, tó o bá lo ilé ìgbọ̀nsẹ̀ tán lẹ́yìn tó o bá ti ṣàǹdí fọ́mọ tán kó o tó ṣoúnjẹ ọmọ rẹ tàbí kó o tó fún un lóúnjẹ. Àti pé o, tí ọmọ rẹ bá ní àìsàn ìgbẹ́ gbuuru, fún un ní oògùn oníwóró zinc lẹ́ẹ̀kan lójúmọ́ àti ORS ní wákàtí mẹ́rin tàbí kí ẹ máa fún díẹ̀díẹ̀ nínú ife. Èyí á jẹ́ kọ́mọ rẹ lè ní ìdápadà omi ara àtokun. Bákan náà, yọjú sílé iṣẹ́ ètò ìlera tó bá súnmọ́ ọ jùlọ láti gba ìtọ́jú fọ́mọ tó ní àìsàn ìgbẹ́ gbuuru.
Ìkéde yìí wá láti àkànṣeṣẹ́ Arin, iléeṣẹ́ tó mójútó ètò ìlera ìpínlẹ̀ Abia.
102.9
Your pikin don land. Hello. No dull. Give your pikin breast milk sharp inside 1 hour wey you born am. Make e take drink that first yellow milk wey dem dey call colostrum. That first yellow milk colostrum get everything wey your pikin need. Plus say e go help protect your pikin against yamayama disease. No forget give your pikin breast inside the first 1 hour wey you born am. This message na from Arin Project, Abia State Ministry of Health.
Okay, so you're welcome back. It's 10:53 a.m. and counting. We have just about maybe 4 or 5 minutes to wrap this up this morning. We'll be speaking with Edna Nanakalo Peters. Nanakalo Peters. Okay, sorry for that. She's a food science and nutrition lecturer. She's been telling us about the importance of iron and folic acid. Okay, while we're having that break, we're talking about the possible health effects, of maybe having too much of these things or not having them at all. Maybe you can use the next 3-4 minutes to enlighten us on it.
Okay, so we are going to talk on health effects of folate and iron. That's I told us earlier that folate is a natural one, while folic acid is a synthetic one, and iron too. Now, not consuming enough folate can lead to folate deficiency or folate deficiencies. This may result in a type of anemia in which red blood cells become abnormally large, and symptoms may include feeling tired, as we said earlier, heart palpitations, your heart will just be beating, okay, shortness of breath, little thing when you just climb the one staircase you become tired, open sores on the tongue, and changes in the color of the skin or hair. Folate deficiency in children may develop within a month of poor dietary intake. Okay, for a pregnant woman, it takes 1 month of pregnancy. That the first 1 month for this deficiency to develop. And this first 4 months is the time that the first trimester is the time that all the things that the baby needs to develop normally occur. But unfortunately, it's at this time that most women don't eat. Most pregnant women don't eat what they are supposed to eat. At that time, you see a pregnant woman from morning to evening, she will not take anything. The only thing she will take is insulin. The only thing she will take is, she will not just, some of them don't tell me, they will just be taking gari raw, that they will tell you that is what I want to eat. No, where Irene is telling us that, I telling pregnant women today, no, that they should desist from that attitude because it is detrimental to their unborn baby. Because that time is the time that your baby needs to form very well. The eyes of the baby need to develop very well. The nose of the baby, everything that the baby needs, the hair, the head, the hand, the legs, all the things, all the parts of the body of that baby needs to do what? Develop. As we say, that folate deficiency in children may develop within a month of poor dietary intake. For children from 5 years to 0, within a month of poor dietary intake. Other deficiencies of folic acid include birth defects. What are birth defects? Birth defects are, abnormalities that baby come out from the womb with. And some of these abnormalities, it has been estimated that over 300,000 cases worldwide of neural tube defects. Neural tube defects, they occur early in pregnancy, that's the first 1 month. Therefore, women must have abundant folate and iron upon conception. So before you take in, you prepare to take in. You don't just take in like that. You prepare yourself. Just if you want to go to the market, you prepare. While if you want to conceive, you also prepare. This preparation we are talking about, some women, the only areas they prepare is on the clothes they wear, the hair they wear, the footwear they wear. No, you have to prepare nutritionally the type of food you eat so that your baby, the fetus in your womb, will grow very, very well. So these neural tube defects are, paralysis. When a child is born, the child's leg will be paralyzed. At 1 year, the baby will not be able to stand. At 8 months, the baby will not be able to stand. And a poor cognitive ability. When the child is taken to school, others will be reading ABC 1, 2, 3. The child will not be able to. Behavioral pattern of that child. When other children are doing something, he or she will not want to join them. These are one of the deficiencies, one of the consequences of what iron and folic acid. Okay,
so it's important that pregnant women, find their way to health centers. I mean, no matter how difficult it is, it's important that you visit a health center near you. I'm sure that's the message.
Yes,
to every pregnant woman and lactating mother, out there. Or we could spend all of the time, this morning talking about this, but time would not, permit us. We have maybe just exhausted, the time we have for this morning. But I'm sure the engagements would even continue. You have other channels where people can engage you. I'm sure there are phone numbers or other platforms where people can talk to you about these things. Okay. Maybe you provide that before you go, and then we'll see how we can maybe also run campaigns, to ensure that mothers, especially the pregnant ones and the lactating ones, find their way to health centers. I want to say thank you so much, Edna Nwanna Carlo Peters. Except there is any other thing you want to add this morning, that's about it from my end. She's the lecturer, of course, food science and nutrition lecturer. That, by the way, so she's got all of the knowledge required to advise you as a pregnant woman or as a lactating mother. I'm sure you got something important from what she said. Thank you once again for coming around this morning, ma'am.
Thank you very much, sir. All
right. Thank you, everybody, for giving us your time this morning. My name is Jude Ochang. Have yourself a great day ahead. Bye-bye.
Idea what's coming.
Watch out! You done wound me up. You ain't never had a friend like me.
Magic 102.9.
Been 3 long days, and I never hear you call my name. I couldn't look my phone for work, hoping that you'll call, yeah. The more I wait, you are drifting away. Don't let our love fall down. We must stay afloat, we will never drown. Darling, you mean much more to me. So let us not allow our love fall down. Let it not fall down. No, let our love go to waste. Oh, then make you stay. No, let our love go to waste. Yeah, yeah, no, let my love go to waste. No, let our love go to waste. Maybe I am wrong.
11 o'clock.
More of Dayton's hip hop and R&B starting now. Magic 102.9.
Osa don land again o.
Bros, wetin Osa bring inside?
My country people, Osa 3 Plus Pick and Win promo don land gidigba. This first one na from August 26 to October 14, 2024. For this Pick and Win promo, you go pick and you go win. You go fit win keke napep, refrigerator, pressing iron, television, face cap, t-shirts, pen, umbrella, and plenty other wolf, including the opportunity to meet our ogbonge consultant dem one-on-one to discuss with you wetin dey worry you before we use our NAFDAC approved medicine take sama those sickness comot for your body.
E never finish o. Test na free. You go enjoy from their detox medicine to firstly take care of all those things wey no dey allow medicine to work for your body. Before medicine, if you get any sickness, your papa, your mama, bring them because them say opportunity na only once.
Oh yes, and for half the price, you go enjoy 50% discount for every medicine wey you buy. What you dey wait for? Visit us for number 190B, Folks Road, opposite Trailer House, Aba. Telewire us for 0807 877 7111. Osa 3 Plus Pick and Win promo. Make them not tell you this story.
Good day, listener. We welcome you to Osa Herbal Care Venture, the pioneer in contemporary herbal medicine with over 30 years experience in the field of herbal medicine. Every year like this, we always come with our 3 Plus promo to give back to society, and this year's own promo is sponsored by the Crease Foundation. The first part of the promo starts from the 26th of August to 14th of October 2024. You stand a chance to enjoy from Osa Pick and Win promo. The prices ranges from tricycle, keke napep, refrigerator, pressing iron, face cap, t-shirts, pens, jotter, television, and also with 50% discount on all our products. Whatever you pick, that is what you win. Everybody is a winner.
If you notice pain in your body or your chest, or you observe burning sensation in your stomach or chest, or you notice that if you did not eat early or if you eat much pepper, you will notice pain or hotness in your stomach or chest, that is a symptom of sickness. If you notice pain in your waist and the pain also affects one of your legs, you need perfect treatment. If you observe that one side of your body is not working well, this may involve your hands or legs. Occasionally, this might also involve your mouth and tongue. This is a symptom of a sickness you need medicine for. If you observe that both of your hands and legs are having problem and you cannot control them like before, this equally indicates symptom of a sickness. If you notice that your waist is heavy, to stand on your own is now difficult, you cannot walk easily again, this can also affect the 2 legs. You need medication immediately.
Furthermore, it is very important that you confirm and understand the sickness in your body before you start taking any medication. Don't ever predict your sickness and take medication. Sound health is very important. Anybody can experience sickness, but anytime you notice any of these sicknesses in your body, don't hesitate to come out for perfect treatment. Some people always notice pain in their joints. Many people usually experience the pain, especially when they wake up from bed. Remember, you need medication. Another challenge is if you notice pain before urination. This is a symptom of urinary tract infection, UTI. Meanwhile, if you are experiencing pain during or after urination or difficulty to urinate, also after urinating, you notice as if you have not finished or you still have an urge to urinate again. These occur as a result of prostate problem. In addition to that, it is necessary to note that high glucose in the body can also cause constant urination. It is advisable to always visit people that understand your sickness, people that have the experience as it relates to your sickness, not those that will use your body as a practical or for experiment. You need to know that anytime you notice symptoms of infection, there are some steps you need to follow before medication.
You have to understand that some organisms develop resistance to drugs after some days or weeks of taking medication. This is equally the reason why many people that have an infection like Staphylococcus aureus will always complain that they have been to many places and had taken so many medications without solution. But some people fail to understand that it is not everybody that can handle infection, and it is very important that you follow the necessary procedure before you can achieve a good treatment of infection. Also, for some women, because of the different sicknesses in their orgasm body, to remain strong and perform as a man like before is now a problem. Another issue for some women is because of the problem around their pelvic region or because of infection or food they consume and they conceive and had baby before, but because the hormones in their body is not too accurate again, so to have another baby is now difficult for them. Some have one or two before, but to have another one is a problem. Even some don't have before after several years of marriage. My question to you listening to me is, did you dictate or confirm the cause of your problem before taking medication? Because if you don't get it right, you might not achieve a good treatment.
Ya gaziere gị bụ onye ọma na-ege m ntị nnọọ n'oge agwọmọrịa mgbọrọgwụ na mkpa akwụkwọ anyị bụ Ọsa Care Venture. Anyị bụ ọkaibe aka ochie malitere agwọmọrịa site na mgbọrọgwụ na mkpa akwụkwọ kemgbe afọ 30 gara aga. Afọ niile dịka ọ dị ugbu a, anyị na-agbasa ozi agwọmọrịa anyị akpọrọ 3+ promo, bụ mgbe anyị ji were enyeghachi ọha obodo azụ ihe ha nyere anyị. Abịa n'ime nke afọ a, ndị na-akwado anyị bụ The Chris Foundation. Agba mbụ n'ịgbasa ma kwalite ozi anyị na-amalite n'abalị 26 ọnwa Ọgọst wee kụrụ ọnụ n'abalị 14 ọnwa Ọktoba n'afọ abụ 2024. Ị nwere ohere inweta ihe nrite nke Ọsa Pick and Win promo. Ụmụ ihe nrite ị ga-enweta gụnyere ụgbọ keke na pep, igwe ntụ oyi bụ refrigerator, iron eji ede akwa, okpu face cap, uwe t-shirt, mkpịsị odee nakwa akwụkwọ eji ede ihe bụ jọta. Ị nwekwara ohere irite onyonyo telivishọn. Ọ bụghị sọsọ nke a, anyị na-eji ọkara maọbụ 50% were butuo ọnụ ahịa anyị na-ere ngwa ahịa anyị. Ihe ọbụla ị ghọtara n'oge Pick and Win a ga-abụzi nke gị. Onye ọbụla nwekwara ohere iweta ihe nrite a. N'ịga n'ihu, ọ dị ezigbo mkpa na ịchọpụtara ọrịa dị n'ahụ gị tupu ibido ṅụba ọgwụ ọbụla. Ejikwe n'aka gị kpebie ihe na-arịa gị n'onwe gị. Ahụike zuru oke dị ezigbo mkpa. Onye ọbụla nwere ike ịrịa ọrịa, mana oge ọbụla ị hụtara ọnọdụ ọrịa ọbụla n'ahụ gị, echela ma ọ bụ gbuo oge iwepụta onwe gị maka ọgwụgwọ zuru oke. Ọ bụrụ na ị chọpụta na ị na-enwe ahụ mgbu maọbụ obi mgbu maọbụ na ime afọ gị na-acha gị ọkụ ka ọ bụ obi gị na-acha gị ọkụ, ọ na-eme gị ọ bụrụ na irighị nri n'oge maọbụ na iriri nri etinyere oke ose, ibido nwebe afọ ịcha ọkụ maọbụ obi ịcha ọkụ, ịchọpụtakwa na ị nwere ụkwụ mgbu maọbụ na o metụtara gị n'ofu ọkpa gị, ihe ahụ gị chọrọ bụ ọgwụgwọ zuru oke. Ọ bụrụ na ị chọpụta na ofu akụkụ ahụ gị anaghịzi arụ ọrụ ọfụma, nke nwere ike metụtakwa ọnụ gị maọbụ ire gị, nke a na-egosi na ọrịa ji gị aka, ahụ gị chọrọ ọgwụ. Ịchọpụta na aka gị abụọ na ụkwụ gị abụọ na-enwe nsogbu nke na ị naghị emegherinwu ya ka isi emegheri ya na mbụ, nke a gosiri na ọrịa dị n'ahụ gị. Ụkwụ a na-anyị gị arụ nke na ị naghịzi akwụnwa ọtọ ọfụma ma ọ bụ ganwuo ije n'onwe gị, nke nwere ike metụta ọkpa gị abụọ. Ihe ahụ gị chọrọ bụ ọgwụ. Ụfọdụ mmadụ na-enwekarị mgbu n'ọkpụkpụ ha, ọtụtụ na-enwekwa arụ mgbu ozugbo ha tetere n'ụra. Chetakwa na ahụ gị chọrọ ọgwụ. Ọzọkwa, ọ bụrụ na ị na-enwe ahụ ụfụ oge ị chọrọ ịnyụ mamịrị, nke a gosiri na ị nwere ọrịa mamịrị akpọrọ urinary tract infection. Ị na-enwe nsogbu oge ị nyụchara mamịrị, ọ na-eme gị ịnyụcha mamịrị ọ dịghị ka ọzọ aka na-akpa gị, nke a gosiri na ị nwere nsogbu prostrate. N'ịga n'ihu, ọ dịkwa mkpa ka ị mata na ọbara shuga ịdị elu n'ime ahụ gị nwere ike ibute oke ịnyụ mamịrị oge niile. Ọ dị mkpa ijekwuru ndị ọkammụta ahụike na ndị nwere nghọta gbasara ọrịa gị, bụ ndị ga-agwọ gị nke ọma. Ekwela ka onye ọbụla jiri ahụ gị mụọ ka esi agwọ ọrịa. Ọ kwesịrị ka ị mara na oge ọbụla ị chọpụtara nsogbu ahụ gị na ị ga-agbaso usoro ụfọdụ tupu ibido ṅụba ọgwụ. Eleghị anya n'oge a, ị ga-agwa onwe gị nke bụ eziokwu. Nrịanrịa abụghị enyi onye ọbụla, ya bụ ezochi n'ọrịa na-arịa gị. Enwere ike ọ bụrụ na ijega ebe dị iche iche maka ọgwụgwọ mana ọrịa gị ekweghị ana. Ajụjụ dị mkpa ị ga-ajụ onwe gị bụ ma ị chọpụtakwara ihe butere gị nsogbu nrịanrịa a tupu ibido ṅụba ọgwụ, maka na ọtụtụ ndị mmadụ na-eji aka ha kpebie ihe na-arịa ha bido ṅụba ọgwụ na-eleleghị onwe ha. Anyị ahụgo ụfọdụ ndị ụkwụ ha zara aza bụ nke ọ bụ ọzịza obi kpatara ya, ha ma were agụba na-akawasị ya bụ ụkwụ ma were ọgwụ na-ete ya n'ụdị na ọ bụ nsị ka ha zụtara. Biko abụna dibịa onwe gị, gbaa mbọ jekwuru ndị maara maka nsogbu gị, bụkwa ndị ga-enene ahụ gị ma chọpụtakwa ọgwụ kasị mma ị ga-aṅụ ma nri dị mma ị ga-eri n'oge ị na-aṅụ ya bụ ọgwụ. Maka ndị na-ege anyị ntị, nke mbụ na mbụ, anyị bụ Ọsa Care Venture na-eji mgbọrọgwụ na mkpa akwụkwọ were na-agwọ ọrịa. Anyị nwere ndị apịrị aka apị bụ ọkaibe na agwọmọrịa dị iche iche n'ahụ mmadụ.
Ọzọkwa, anyị gara nnọọ n'ihu n'imepụta ọtụtụ ọgwụ mgbọrọgwụ na mkpa akwụkwọ ehiri asaa n'anya were mepụta n'usoro ezi adịmọcha dịka ntụziaka NAFDAC siri dị. Ụlọ ọrụ anyị na-agbape mgbe ọbụla malite n'isi ụtụtụ ruo n'elekere 6 oge mgbede malite n'ụbọchị Mọnde wee ruo ụbọchị Satọde n'izu ụka ọbụla. Ihe ọzọ ị ga-amatakwa gbasara anyị bụ na anyị anaghị ebugheri ọgwụ anyị site n'anya ụlọ nke a wee ruo n'anya ụlọ ọzọ maọbụ site n'ogbe nke a wee ruo n'ogbe ọzọ. Naanị ebe ị ga-enweta nwaanyị bụ na ụlọ ọrụ anyị dị iche iche maọbụ ịnụra olu anyị na redio. Ya bụ, ọ bụrụ na onye ọbụla na-ebugheri onwe ya na ọ bụ onye nnọchite anya Osahaba Care Venture, biko gwa ya na iji akara ekwentị eji mara Osahaba Care maka na onye ọbụla chọziri ịbụ onye nnọchite anya Osahaba Care Venture.
For some people, their problem is constant headache and sleepless nights. Some always notice pain, serious pain before their monthly flow, and some of them believe the pain is normal. But you have to check first before you conclude. Some always notice difficulty to go to the toilet, which is sometimes associated with pains. Some notice pain under the belly, that is, under their stomach, which means their lower abdomen. Some people's problem is cough, and the question is, have you done any tests to confirm the condition of your respiratory tract before demanding for medication?
However, this time around, let's face the fact. You need to know that sickness is not your friend and you don't need to hide your sickness. Treat yourself anytime you notice any symptom or sign of sickness in your body. You can gamble with everything, but certainly not your health. And always remember that you need the best and perfect place to obtain your medication, especially people that you trust and people that have the experience and capacity. Maybe you have been to a lot of places before, taking medication, and the sickness is still like that. The question is, did you confirm the cause of your problem before medication? Because some people usually predict or guess their sickness and begin to buy medication, and they don't also go to a reliable place for their treatment. We have seen some people with swollen legs caused by enlargement of the heart, and instead of them treating the cause of the problem, they continue to be marking the legs with blade and therefore applying medication in the name of poison. Even some people with prostate problem will continue to buy medicine from place to place because of the pain or difficulty to urinate freely in the name of treating infection.
Please, don't be your own doctor. Always meet the people that have the experience and capacity to examine the organs and tissues that are involved. Help you identify the genesis of your problem, the best medication for you, and equally identify the food that is good for your body while taking your medication. So, if you notice any sickness in any part of your body, be it in your head, chest, stomach, hand, waist, leg, or back, please don't hesitate to treat yourself perfectly.
For those listening to us for the first time, we are Osahaba Care Venture. We have different health consultants that specializes in different areas of human sickness. Also, we have succeeded in producing different well-processed and packaged herbal medicines under the best hygienic condition, which are approved by NAFDAC. Our offices are always open from Mondays to Saturdays between the hours of 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Another thing you need to know about us is that we don't carry our medicine from village to village or from house to house. You can only see our medication in our offices. We always mention on radio. So if anybody comes to your village or your house claiming to be Osahaba Care representative, please let them know that you have Osahaba's number, because everybody wants to be Osa.
Also, if you have done lab tests before, you can come with your lab result. If you don't have, you also stand a chance to enjoy free tests from us for those that need it. And for those that medicine does not work in their body easily, we have our OSA cleanser for you, free, to remove those things that are not allowing medicines to work in your body before we can apply the medication properly. This period, you have the opportunity to enjoy from our 3-stage treatment with 50% discount on all our products, in addition to the first part of our 3+ promo, starting from the 26th of August to 14th of October 2024. You stand a chance to enjoy from OSA Peak and Win promo. The prices ranges from tricycle, keke napep, refrigerator, pressing iron, face cap, t-shirt, pens, jotter, and television. Whatever you pick, that is what you win. Everybody is a winner. So, this is a great opportunity for you. Kindly join the moving train and enjoy from this life-saving opportunity that always comes once in a year. No time for procrastination. Tomorrow may be too late. Time waits for nobody. Your parents or any member of your family can benefit from this. Also, it is meant for everybody. For those that their place is far, you can chat with us with our WhatsApp number that you know before for advice. And for those that don't have it, our number is 0807 877 11. Our number is 0807 877 7111. I take it again, 0807 877 7111 and 0816 111 1557. Again, 0816 111 1557. Thanks. For more information, kindly visit our office at
number 190B, Fox Road, opposite Trailer House, Aba. Telewire us for 0807 877 7111.
The bright new sound of Magic 102.9. Everyone's making the switch.
I made the switch to
Magic
102.9.
Smoke!
Into the dear Baba, now so dear Benam no so abandoning me. If I only am dream born in a day. Yes, he Johnny was a missing a geominia. As I may be so baby known to me, Mamma. I no graduate me on Uncle Gina baby, me, Dimboni. Oh, by us, I may buy an a midday. Uyu unyamanu boni bankwa. Yesi awadwa yenu do ya wanza. Nemra akisa. Biasi obi abetu mi abeyo ni pati trubi. Obi ani mobi mpansha siya. Uni abinya sema maninza. And I knew what you man on a Yazimu Adaneyo. Oh, by us, I may buy an a midday. Oh, you wouldn't your man no bonny bankwa. Yes, you are dying, no die once. Oh, by us, I may buy an a midday. Uyi wunyama no boni bankwa. Esi awadwa yenu da ya wanza. Nemra akisa.
Magic 102.9.
It plays the greatest hits from today and yesterday.
Because you know I'm all about that bass, about that bass. I just called to say I love you.
Magic 102.9.
nwa m agbala ọnwa isii ọnwa isii ewo oge na-agbakwa ọsọ kịta o nwere ihe ndị dị mkpa ahụ nwa gị chọrọ karịa mmiri ara oge eruola maka inye ya nri ndị agwakọtara agwakọ iji nyere mmiri ara aka nye nwa gị nri ndị agwakọrọ agwakọ ọ bụlụgodu otu n'ime nri ise ndị a akwa azụ maọbụ anụ mkpụrụ osisi maọbụ akwụkwọ nri mmanụ agwa ahụekere soya maọbụ millet osikapa poteto ọka maọbụ ji ụmụaka site n'ọnwa isii chọrọ ihe ndị a na nri ha ọbụla ka ahụ ha nwee ike dị iche ozi a si n'aka ndị Arin Project nke steeti Abịa na-ahụ maka ahụike.
Our name is Magic 102.9 Aba. Feel the magic.
Láti dènà àrùn ìgbẹ́ gbuuru àti àrùn mìíràn pàápàá nínú àwọn ọmọdé fọ ọwọ́ rẹ pẹ̀lú ọṣẹ àtomi tó ń dà ṣooro ní pàtàkì jùlọ tó o bá lo ilé ìgbọ̀nsẹ̀ tán lẹ́yìn tó o bá ti ṣàǹdí fọ́mọ tán kó o tó ṣoúnjẹ ọmọ rẹ tàbí kó o tó fún un lóúnjẹ àti pé o tí ọmọ rẹ bá ní àìsàn ìgbẹ́ gbuuru fún un ní oògùn oníwóró zinc lẹ́ẹ̀kan lójúmọ́ àti ORS ní wákàtí mẹ́rin tàbí kí ẹ máa fún díẹ̀díẹ̀ nínú ife èyí á jẹ́ kọ́mọ rẹ lè ní ìdápadà omi ara àtokun. Bákan náà yọjú sílé iṣẹ́ ètò ìlera tó bá súnmọ́ ọ jùlọ láti gba ìtọ́jú fọ́mọ tó ní àìsàn ìgbẹ́ gbuuru. Ìkéde yìí wá láti àkànṣe Arin ilé-iṣẹ́ tó mójútó ètò ìlera ìpínlẹ̀ Abia.
102.9 John, wetin dey happen now? How the road be?
Paddy, wahala dey o. Everywhere tight. For 4 days now, I still dey hold up for Benin bypass. The worst part be say my motor don dey do overheat.
But wait o, which oil you dey use for your engine? You never hear of Auto Check engine oil?
Did you say Auto Check oil?
Yes, Auto Check heavy duty engine oil. Na the better ogbonge oil for transporters. They call it Auto Check HD50. It dey last well for engine. It saves your engine from wear and tear. They manage diesel consumption. No friction at all. The treatment and viscosity of the oil is top notch. Auto Check HD50 is a reliable quality oil for all road users like MAN Diesel, DAF, Mercedes trucks,
all kinds of heavy duty diesel engines and luxurious buses.
It is served well for industrial listers like Meccano, FG Wilson, Perkins. It's available in 4 liters, 25 liters, and drum oil.
For more information about all Auto Check oil, call 081-625-98519.
My people, when quality matters, choose Auto Check oil.
Your pikin don land. Hello. No dull. Give your pikin breast milk sharp inside 1 hour wey you born am. Make e take drink that first yellow milk wey dem dey call colostrum. That first yellow milk colostrum get everything wey your pikin need. Plus say e go help protect your pikin against yamayama disease. No forget give your pikin breast inside the first 1 hour wey you born am. This message na from Arin Project, Abia State Ministry of Health.
Saki, we go serve you well. Bentoni Bags Limited, 100 woven for all packaging. Bentoni.
Hey, Bentoni Bags Limited. We dey produce ogbonge weaving sacks for companies and markets. You dey produce rice, engagement of all types. Our people plain nylon bags na top notch. Any business you dey do, oga, madam, you need our branded bags for packaging, so you go dey move sharply. We get shopping sacks, agro sacks, weaving sacks dey available for different sizes. Weaving sacks dey available for different colors. We also dey print on top of weaving sacks nylon, twine, nail sacks, plus inclusion of general PP woven sacks wey no dey carry last. Our company dey for plot in 23 Harbour Industrial Layout off Atani Road behind the former Paul Mike Sports Stadium, Onitsha. For more information, knock us for phone 0913-966-3639 or 0813-928-4850. Bentoni Bags Limited. Uniqueness now our name.
Magic 102.9.
Naija unstoppable, Onyekaibo unstoppable. Got the DNA to be unstoppable. I need it unstoppable. Got bigger unstoppable.
hustle never stops. Ninja giants on the move. We're reaching the top.
ị pụrụ ime ihe ọbụla ma isoro onye mmekọ kwere na gị. Ngwa ili ọsịsọ soro the Alternative Bank tata.
I need the unstoppable. Got bigger, unstoppable. Alternative by your side. You can't go wrong.
The Alternative Bank. Go beyond.
Babies are God's gifts to parents, and breast milk is God's gift to babies. It contains all the important nutrients and minerals your baby needs, including water, for the first 6 months. Give your baby breast milk only. Remember, breast milk only for the first 6 months. This message is from the Anrin Project, Abia State Ministry of Health.
This is
Magic 102.9 FM. Let's do the magic.
Babies are God's gifts to parents, and breast milk is God's gift to babies. It contains all the important nutrients and minerals your baby needs, including water, for the first 6 months. Give your baby breast milk only. Remember, breast milk only for the first 6 months. This message is from the Anrin Project, Abia State Ministry of Health.
It's time to go old school.
102.9.
Back to the old school.
Oh no, oh no, yeah. We see, oh no, oh my love. I never ever do you wrong. I will always do you right. I treat you like a queen. I buy you diamond rings. I swear my baby has
just feel like Pablo. He dash me body. I go baller for Lagos. I call Lorenzi. Say I don't have to go club. Where all the babies? Say they come say I did club. I say she's easy for if not, now me they sing song. I'm bad like King Kong. He ain't Calabar. He ain't Calabar. He ain't Calabar. He ain't Calabar.
Salt on the beat. 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 Salt on the beat.
If not long thing you need, I'm Mr. Giving you all you need. Oh yeah, Sarewa, Sisi Shadewa, Sarewa, Ubeniwa, Sarewa, Owolewa. Baby go down money kodo. Sarewa, Sisi Shadewa, Sarewa, Ubeniwa, Sarewa, Owolewa. Baby go down money kodo. Sarewa, Sisi Shadewa, Sarewa, Ubeniwa, Sarewa, Owolewa. Baby go down money kodo. Sarewa, Sisi Shadewa, Sarewa, Ubeniwa, Sarewa, Owolewa. Baby go down. If you know you're feeling this spiritual, make love send you. Let the people understand you. Let the people forget you. Make them dance like say no tomorrow. No be small thing. So be giving other people what they wanting. As I know you know, say this the life show for show. You know be any mini money mo. Whether from Kano or from Toronto, shake it, yaro, nothing like it go. This time that you feeling, you know be thing so. But the one shall I go change you think so. Hey, I mean every change you the want. Change is always constant. Oh yeah, change your style and change your pattern. See, if you're something wants to happen, and it's something I cannot tell you. And it's something is very real. Make sure like double before you got the control. No time for story, no time for story. You cannot get it. Make sure that you're ready. Make you know me be something. No time for story. You cannot get it. The way you wriggle and waver, you must be intentional. Ooh, yeah. Don't want any big motivation to go there. I be on my kilo there, oh baby. I can tell your reaction is a block. Get down with this bubble. Cause I know you feeling the bug. See go there. I'm a see go there. See go there. I'm a see go there. See go there. I'm a see go there. See me see baby. And what my baby go there. Girl, I love the way you look tonight. I wanna put my hands on your waist. Cause I'm loving your sexy body. Wouldn't mind to have a taste. If you like hungry over, they roll like jungle over. Good is gone to those who wait. So I'm ready to sleep outside your gates. Ooh, don't want any baby. Motivation to go there. I be on my kilo there, oh baby. I can tell your reaction is a block. Get down with this bubble. Cause I know you feeling the
Dancy ya Vurugawa. Omalita micha, dancy ya Parugawa. Oh baby, me looking so beautiful. It's driving me crazy. Oh no, because but I know medical. She dey kill me. Oh na na.
jumping in my name. You know I got flexing in my name. You know I got jumping in my name. Baby, I got jumping in my name. You know I got all the girls them like that. When I post on my page, them right back. You know, all the boys them hate that. And I just still they pretend I'm laid back. You know, follow me to best stack. You know, girl, you know I'm best at. You know, everything I do, I be legend, I be like Jimmy Jazz. Hey. If I ever mess up, I go beg you. Cause I did tell you, my heart beating like speaker. No phone, but I'm ready to ring her. She's loved by my mother and sister. Other girls got on a lot more beater. You the one, you the one, you the one. You are the woman I will call my own. Cause I've been around the world, and you are the one I will prove you call my home. I sure oh nice, I caught it for you, me you like it. She open my heart to rise, me and you two fly boss like yeah. Fatima, Mwabia Katipa, Yoruba friends, I need an Abia Letisha, Mwadi bad, no fronting, Mwadi me, I'm something, but some non Abia hardcore, and I'm piano, when you're too far, I ain't a landlord.
Mastercraft on the beat. Omoge Jassy. Mi ò ní Maserati, mi ò lè gbé ẹ sínú Bugatti, mo ní kò jásí, but mo lè kápá ẹ, má kápá ẹ, tí n bá gbá ẹ, má kápá ẹ, má tún tọ́jú ẹ, má tọ́jú ẹ, tí n bá gbá ẹ, kí ló ń ṣe ẹ náà, jẹ́ fún ẹ kan. Samba, que lo llena, ya el fuego. Samba, show for Faji, king of the Lagos party. We show for Faji, king of the Lagos party. Omoge Jassy. Mi ò ní Maserati, kí ló kàn mí kan Bugatti. Who's your famous, but I know be cheap.
Shalewa, Halima. I get this friend where we get from Calabar, Labake, Fade. I come to think she be my personal person, but anytime when she come around, she get this feeling where they do me like fever. And when she dance with my mezebu, he they be me like say na for pana. Me like how she play the bass line, it makes me sing ooh la la la. The way she that, it makes me sing ooh la la la. Oh yeah. When mommy come back, she a jump. Daddy come to me a froze, and when they ask me, it wasn't me. That's why me talk say I don't like this shirt, but you know say my mama no like I don't want this shirt, but you know say my papa no like oh na 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 oh na 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 oh na 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 na.
As soon as we hear any competition. 102.9.
Awala mwisi.
Onwisi. Ewa! Hey! Oge na-agbakwa ọsọ. Kịta, ọ nwere ihe ndị dị mkpa ahụ nwa gị chọrọ karịa mmiri ara. Oge ruole maka inye ya nri ndị agwakọtara agwakọ iji nyere mmiri ara aka. Nye nwa gị nri ndị agwakọrọ agwakọ. Ọ bụlụgodu otu n'ime nri ise ndị a: akwa, azụ maọbụ anụ, mkpụrụ osisi maọbụ akwụkwọ nri, mmanụ, agwa, ahụekere, soya maọbụ millet, osikapa, poteto, ọka maọbụ ji. Ụmụaka site n'ọnwa isii chọrọ ihe ndị a na nri ha ọbụla ka ahụ ha nwee ike dị chịm. Ozi a si n'aka ndị Army Project nke steeti Abịa na-ahụ maka ahụike.
Our name is Magic 102.9 Aba. Feel the magic.
Láti dènà àrùn ìgbẹ́ gbuuru àti àrùn mìíràn, pàápàá nínú àwọn ọmọdé, fọ ọwọ́ rẹ pẹ̀lú ọṣẹ àtomi tó ń dà ṣooro. Ní pàtàkì jùlọ, tó o bá lo ilé ìgbọ̀nsẹ̀ tán lẹ́yìn tó bá ti ṣàǹdí fọ́mọ tán kó o tó ṣoúnjẹ ọmọ rẹ tàbí kó o tó fún un lóúnjẹ. Àti pé o, tí ọmọ rẹ bá ní àìsàn ìgbẹ́ gbuuru, fún un ní oògùn oníwóró zinc lẹ́ẹ̀kan lójúmọ́ àti ORS ní wákàtí mẹ́rin tàbí kí ẹ máa fún díẹ̀díẹ̀ nínú ife. Èyí á jẹ́ kọ́mọ rẹ lè ní ìdápadà omi ara àtokun. Bákan náà, yọjú sílé iṣẹ́ ètò ìlera tó bá súnmọ́ ọ jùlọ láti gba ìtọ́jú fọ́mọ tó ní àìsàn ìgbẹ́ gbuuru. Ìkéde yìí wá láti àkànṣeṣẹ́ ARIN, ilé-iṣẹ́ tó mójútó ètò ìlera ìpínlẹ̀ Abia.
102.9.
Your pikin don land. Hello! No dull. Give your pikin breast milk sharp inside 1 hour wey you born am. Make e take drink that first yellow milk wey dem dey call colostrum. That first yellow milk colostrum get everything wey your pikin need. Plus say e go help protect your pikin against yamayama disease. No forget give your pikin breast inside the first 1 hour when you born am. This message na from ARI Project, Abia State Ministry of Health.
Cool draw from 1xBet. Stand a chance to win $3,000, iPhone 14 Pro, or 100 bonus points. You can place a bet on your favorite sport and receive promo coupons for the drawing. More bets, higher chances of winning. Visit the 1xbet.ng today. Use the promo code WOW24 and get a 300% bonus of up to 145,600 naira. Wow promo. Feel the moment of joy from 1xBet. Play responsibly. 18+ only.
Babies are God's gifts to parents, and breast milk is God's gift to babies. It contains all the important nutrients and minerals your baby needs, including water, for the first 6 months. Give your baby breast milk only. Remember, breast milk only for the first 6 months. This message is from the Anrin Project, Abia State Ministry of Health.
This is
Magic 102.9 FM. Let's do the magic.
Babies are God's gifts to parents, and breast milk is God's gift to babies. It contains all the important nutrients and minerals your baby needs, including water, for the first 6 months. Give your baby breast milk only. Remember, breast milk only for the first 6 months. This message is from the Anrin Project, Abia State Ministry of Health.
Do other stations make you sick with their bad playlist? Finally, music to your ears. Now, it's time for another sure favorite. We got music for everyone. Guaranteed.
Today's hit music. Magic 102.9 FM. ABBA.
When it comes to good music, when you hear news and sport, we are the best. You know, we don't brag. Our work speaks at Magic 102.9 FM.
Take one, everybody.
compare. Other girls, them no reach for wear. Them feet they try, but still won't wear. When it comes to fashion, you know well. Girl, you so beautiful. Everything about you meaningful. If you be happy, now me be the fool. Now you will charge my battery full. I love the smell of your perfume. I inhale my belly full. Number West, but I feel a fool. Won't let me see the fool. Girl, your love don't on my mind. You are always on my mind. You like Osama for my mind. You got it bomb, you blow my mind.
Girl, you know you look so fine, and I want you to be mine. Yeah. blessing follow me. Follow, follow, follow me. Alubarika follow me. Follow, follow, follow me. Plenty money follow me. Follow, follow, follow me. Fine, fine lady follow me. Follow, follow, follow me. Nobody will no fit to make a move. Nobody will no fit to make a move. Nobody will no fit to make a move. Sister, hey, hey, hey. Some people forget people will help them. Some people no send people will help them. But remember people will help you. Cause if you fall now them will still rise you. So get money begin gaba and the JD when they waka. Now to the carry
Maximum hits for your maximum pleasure. Minute after minute and measure for measure. It's Magic 102.9 ABBA. Pure entertainment round the clock.
12 o'clock.
Magic 102.9
News. All news now. Who knows what's next, but we'll be there.
Good afternoon and welcome to Global News on Magic 102.9 FM ABBA. I am Bonnie Onogu with the news. Now the headlines. China and Russia to conduct joint naval and air drills this month. Thousands flee homes in Vietnam as Typhoon Yagi's death toll climbs to 127. And from the home scene, end bad governance protest. Court slams 10 million naira bill each on 10 hunger protesters. Always remember to send your eyewitness reports to newsroom at magicfm.ng or WhatsApp 0907 677 1029.
Oh boy, Bajaj Boxer get better wolf this September. Oh, hey, not be to fit get her for only 1,010,000 naira. Hey, this one a better. Oh. Yes, so sharply visit the dealer when near you pass to enjoy them. Offer they available while stock last.
The news in full. The United States has formally accused Iran of supplying short-range ballistic missiles to Russia to use in the war against Ukraine and announced fresh sanctions on Tehran. Iran has denied providing Russia with weapons to be used in the war in Ukraine. Iran is already one of the most heavily sanctioned countries in the world, and some experts have questioned the benefit of adding more economic penalties. The U.S. Treasury and State Department imposed sanctions on 10 individuals and 9 entities based in Iran and Russia, the Treasury said. The sanctions freeze any U.S. assets held by those targeted, denying them access, and generally bars Americans from dealing with them. A man in the United States has been awarded $50 million in damages after being wrongly convicted of murder in the largest such payment or payout in U.S. history. Marcel Brown, 34, was sentenced to 35 years in prison after being convicted of being an accomplice in the 2008 shooting of a 19-year-old man in the west side of Chicago. Brown served 10 years in prison before being released in 2018 after a court vacated his conviction and prosecutors dismissed all charges against him. After a 2-week trial, a jury at the U.S. District Court in Chicago on Monday awarded Brown the damages after finding that police had fabricated evidence and coerced his false confession. Law firm Lovey and Lovey said police officers had locked Brown in an interrogation room for more than 30 hours, deprived him of food, denied his repeated requests for a phone call, and prevented him from sleeping. Police also threatened him with a lengthy imprisonment if he refused to confess, and turned away his mother and a lawyer when they arrived to help him, Lovi said. Australia is planning to ban children from using social media amid concerns that platforms like Instagram and TikTok are negatively affecting young people's physical and mental health. Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese said on Tuesday that the government will launch an age verification trial in the coming months ahead of the introduction of legislation to enforce a ban. Albanese said his centre-left Labour Party government was considering a minimum wage, or rather minimum age, of between 14 and 16. Albanese said parents are worried sick about their children's use of social media and are working without a map. Opposition leader Peter Dutton, the head of the centre-right Liberal Party, has previously expressed support for banning social media for those under 16 years of age. China's Ministry of National Defense has announced it will hold joint naval and air drills with Russia starting this month, underlining the loose ties between the militaries of the two countries. The ministry said the Northern United 2024 exercises would take place in the Sea of Japan and the Sea of Okhotsk farther north, but gave no date or further details. The Japanese Ministry of Defense said it had observed 5 Chinese naval vessels sailing northeastwards through the Tsushima Strait towards the Sea of Japan from Saturday to Sunday. The Japan Self-Defense Forces conducted vigilance monitoring and intelligence gathering with a vessel and patrol plane, the ministry said in a statement, releasing photos of the ships. The Tsushima Strait lies between South Korea and Japan and connects the South China Sea and the Sea of Japan, known as the East Sea to the Koreans, and is not within Japan's territorial waters. Announcing the drills, China said they were designed to improve strategic cooperation between the two countries and strengthen their ability to jointly deal with security threats. A Russian Air Force commander is suspected of ordering a deadly missile strike on a Ukrainian children's hospital in July, according to Ukraine's Prosecutor General. Ukrainian Prosecutor General Andrei Kostin said at a news conference on Tuesday that the Russian commander directed forces to fire an air-launched cruise missile on the morning of July 8. In a post on Telegram, the Security Service of Ukraine, SBU, named the commander as Lieutenant General Sergei Kobylash. The attack on the Okhmadit Children's Hospital in Kiev killed 2 people and injured 16, while wrecking much of the facility, including collapsing the roof of its toxicology department where children receive dialysis. After the attack, Kiev Mayor Vitaly Klitschko accused Russia of trying to wipe out Ukraine's population. Still on the news, North Korea's leader Kim Jong-un has promised to exponentially boost the nation's nuclear arsenal in a bid to defend the country against hostile forces. Kim said the isolated state is facing a grave threat due to the reckless expansion of a United States-led regional military bloc that is now developing into a nuclear-based threat. In a speech marking the 76th founding anniversary of his government, Kim said the development was pushing North Korea to expand its military capabilities. The speech comes after Pyongyang disclosed a new platform likely designed to fire more powerful intercontinental ballistic missiles. It has also resumed its practice of launching rubbish-carrying balloons towards South Korea in recent days. North Korea has protested the July signing of a new U.S.-Korean defense guideline meant to interrogate or rather integrate U.S. nuclear weapons and South Korean conventional weapons to cope with growing North Korean threats. Tens of thousands of people have been forced to flee their homes as floods inundated northern Vietnam in the wake of Typhoon Yagi, while the death toll from Asia's worst storm this year reached 127. The Disaster Management Agency said on Tuesday in its latest update on the situation that landslides and floods triggered the typhoon and have killed at least 127 people in northern Vietnam, and 54 others were missing. Most of the victims were killed in landslides and flash floods, the agency said, adding that 764 people have been injured. The typhoon made landfall on Saturday on Vietnam's northeastern coast, devastating a swath of industrial and residential areas. It had previously hit the Philippines and the southern Chinese island of Hainan. More than 59,000 people have been forced to evacuate their homes in Yen Bai province, local authorities said, after the floodwaters engulfed almost 18,000 homes. Reports also say that floodwaters in the capital Hanoi have reached levels not seen since 2008, and forecasters have warned more is expected in the city's historic center. Authorities in India's northeastern state of Manipur have imposed an indefinite curfew and blocked internet access following student protests against a new surge in the ethnic violence that has rocked the region for more than a year. On Tuesday, a notice from the state's home ministry ordered all internet and mobile data services to be shut for 5 days to bring the latest unrest under control. A curfew was imposed in 3 districts of Manipur, while the state government said that internet and mobile data services would be suspended until Sunday in order to curb misinformation and hate speech that could trigger more violence. Manipur, a restive state of 3.2 million people tucked in the mountains of India's border with Myanmar, has experienced periodic violence for more than a year between the predominantly Hindu majority Meitei and the mainly Christian Kukis over economic benefits and government jobs, as well as education quotas. Despite a heavy army presence, the deadly clashes have persisted. Police in Pakistan have arrested several lawmakers and leaders from former Prime Minister Imran Khan's party in a series of raids in Islamabad, according to party officials and authorities. A police spokesperson said on Tuesday 4 people were arrested. However, the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf PTI put the number at 13, saying they were picked from various locations in the capital, Islamabad, including some from outside Parliament. The raids follow a big PTI rally on Sunday to demand the 71-year-old cricketer turned politician's release from jail, where he has been for more than a year. The crackdown started late on Monday, with PTI President Gohar Khan taken into custody. Khan was removed as Prime Minister in 2022 after a fallout with military generals who mostly decide who will rule the nation for 241 million. That is a nation of 241 million people. Senegal's Navy says it has found 17 more bodies from a boat carrying refugees and migrants that sank off the West African country, raising the death toll to 26. In a post on X, the Navy said on Tuesday that it had recovered 17 lifeless bodies after 9 people were initially announced following Sunday's shipwreck of the western town of Umbo. The search is ongoing, the Navy said. Many of the vessel's passengers remain missing. The boat, a narrow wooden fishing vessel known as the Pirogue, was carrying more than 100 people from the town, and it capsized after sailing only 4 kilometers late on Sunday. A spokesperson for the armed forces said told newsmen that the Navy had sent a plane and 2 boats to search for the dead and the survivors. You're listening to Global News on Magic 102.9 FM. We'll be right back after the break. Stay with us.
You're still listening to Global News on Magic 102.9 FM, ABBA. Send your views, comments, eyewitness reports, and other developing stories to newsroom@magicfm.ng. That is, newsroom@magicfm.ng. Listen live to www.magicfm.ng and catch up with our news updates at www.magicfm.ng/news.
And back to the news, let's look at the local scene now. The Federal High Court in Abuja today slammed 10 million naira bail each on members of the hashtag End Bad Governance protesters who were charged with attempting to overthrow President Bola Ahmed Tinubu between July 1 and August 4 this year. Justice Emeka Nwite admitted them to bail while delivering a ruling on their bail applications. Among others, the protesters are to produce one surety each in the same amount, while the sureties must be residents of Abuja. Besides, the sureties must be property owners in Abuja and must deposit documents of the properties to the court in addition to swearing an affidavit of means. Also, both defendants and the sureties must deposit their international passports and 3 recent passport photographs with the court. Justice Nwite, while rejecting the objections of the Inspector General of Police against the bail request, ordered the defendants not to participate in any public rally throughout their trial. Pending the perfection of their respective bail conditions, the judge ordered that they be remanded in prison custody. Meanwhile, September 27 has been fixed for the commencement of their trial. The offenses were said to be contrary to sections 96, 410 and 413 of the Penal Code. In entertainment, disgraced film producer Harvey Weinstein, 72, was rushed from a New York prison to hospital for emergency heart surgery. News report quoted Weinstein's representatives as saying he was taken to New York's Bellevue Hospital due to several medical conditions. Weinstein is being held in the Rikers Island prison, where he's serving a 16-year sentence after being convicted on rape charges by a California court. He had also been convicted by a New York court in 2020 on a rape and sexual assault of Victor Jessica Mann and of forcibly performing oral sex on a production assistant who was sentenced to 23 years in prison in that case. And looking at sports quickly, Fenerbahce manager Jose Mourinho has finally spoken out on Victor Osimhen's decision to join their bitter rivals Galatasaray on loan. Mourinho hailed it as a brilliant signing and said he would have loved to have Osimhen too. However, the former Chelsea and Manchester United boss claimed Osimhen throws himself down a lot. Osimhen joined Galatasaray after failing to secure a permanent move away from Napoli this summer. And with that, we've come to the end of Global News. Don't forget that we have coming up at 2 o'clock, Abia at 2, and of course at 3 o'clock, the news desk. Now let's look at the top stories quickly before we sign off on the Global News today. We told you that China and Russia are conducting joint naval and air drills this month. And thousands have fled their homes in Vietnam as Typhoon Yagi's death toll climbs to 127. From the home scene, End Bad Governance protests. Court slams $10 million bail each on 10 hunger protesters. Always remember to send your eyewitness reports to newsroom at magicfm.ng or via WhatsApp 0907 677 1029. I am Bonnie Onogu. Thanks for listening.
It's time to go old school. 102.9. Back to the old school.
Yeah, Sound Sultan and Janinja. Kenneth, you know what they do. This one and all my brothers, we don't go outside Nigeria. We don't jack more for Nigeria. Always try to look back, cause no place like home, you know what I mean? So Obama tell me, say, Ajoja Bile and a true man. Check this out. Oh, oh. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh. Hey, Ajoja Bile. No matter where you go, make you not forget area, oh. Area, oh. Na Naija, tí ó dé bá ti lè padà wálé o, wálé o. How I wish, say, I fit reach you anywhere you dey, you dey, far away. one no say make you the bone area, oh. Motherland, yo. Chinedu, somebody borrow you a go. Make you travel, go Chicago. Remember, Nnamdi selling car. So you go America. All these people, when they raise you, still they stay. For face me, I face you. Promise say you no go fashy them. Every other month you go they tashy them. Hillary, where you been promised to marry, still they wait, so boy she don't tarry. When she see you now inside ovation, you marry Oyinbo from another nation. Use mago ghetto. Now your Oyinbo wife don't know. Next thing you know, she don't go report you. Waiting you know, they don't deport you. I wish, say, I feel to reach you anywhere you day. You day. Far away, that one no say make you the bone area, oh. Motherland, yo. Ajoda believe. No matter where you go, make you not forget area, oh. That like town. Area, oh. Nananja. Ti o de batile pada wale, oh. You been saying now 1 year, it can turn to 2 years. You don't go for 7 years, but you deserve 11 years. Even when your papa buy, plus the tears your mama cry. Buy you for Chicago, then they miss you for Coco. Beyond do for Canada, your mama still they wonder. Igba wo lo to ma pada o, remember for Naija you get ìyàwó. Kudabile.
Stay tuned. Don't touch the dial. We will right back.
Oge na-agbakwa ọsọ kịta ọ nwere ihe ndị dị mkpa ahụ nwa gị chọrọ karịa mmiri ara. Oge eruole maka inye ya nri ndị agwakọtara agwakọ iji nyere mmiri ara aka. Nye nwa gị nri ndị agwakọrọ agwakọ. Ọ bụrụgodu otu n'ime nri ise ndị a: akwa, azụ maọbụ anụ, mkpụrụ osisi maọbụ akwụkwọ nri, mmanụ, agwa, ahụekere, soya maọbụ millet, osikapa, poteto, ọka maọbụ ji. Ụmụaka site n'ọnwa isii chọrọ ihe ndị a na nri ha ọbụla ka ahụ ha nwee ike dị iche. Ozi a si n'aka ndị Army Project nke steeti Abịa na-ahụ maka ahụike.
Láti dènà àrùn ìgbẹ́ gbuuru àti àrùn mìíràn, pàápàá nínú àwọn ọmọdé, fọ ọwọ́ rẹ pẹ̀lú ọṣẹ àtomi tó ń dà ṣooro. Ní pàtàkì jùlọ, tó o bá lo ilé ìgbọ̀nsẹ̀ tán lẹ́yìn tó bá ti ṣàǹdí fọ́mọ tán kó o tó ṣoúnjẹ ọmọ rẹ tàbí kó o tó fún un lóúnjẹ. Àti pé o, tí ọmọ rẹ bá ní àìsàn ìgbẹ́ gbuuru, fún un ní oògùn oníwóró zinc lẹ́ẹ̀kan lójúmọ́ àti ORS ní wákàtí mẹ́rin tàbí kí ẹ máa fún díẹ̀díẹ̀ nínú ife. Èyí á jẹ́ kọ́mọ rẹ lè ní ìdápadà omi ara àtokun. Bákan náà, yọjú sílé iṣẹ́ ètò ìlera tó bá súnmọ́ ọ jùlọ láti gba ìtọ́jú fọ́mọ tó ní àìsàn ìgbẹ́ gbuuru. Ìkéde yìí wá láti àkànṣeṣẹ́ ARIN, ilé-iṣẹ́ tó mójútó ètò ìlera ìpínlẹ̀ Abia.
102.9
Your pikin don land. Hello. No dull. Give your pikin breast milk sharp inside 1 hour where you born am. Make it take drink that first yellow milk wey dem dey call colostrum. That first yellow milk colostrum get everything wey your pikin need. Plus say e go help protect your pikin against yamayama disease. No forget give your pikin breast inside the first 1 hour when you born am. This message na from ARI Project, Abia State Ministry of Health.
Embrace each day, face it with grace. Let your spirit soar in every space. Change your view, let it be sure and true. And you know that Hollandia is there for you. You can stay ahead with their power. Stay ahead with Hollandia. You can stay ahead with their power. Stay ahead with Hollandia. You can stay ahead with their power. Stay ahead with Hollandia.
That's right.
Hollandia Dairy products contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients to help you stay ahead. Now available in a new look. Hollandia, stay ahead with Dairy Power.
Oh boy, Bajaj Boxer get better wolf this September. Oh, hey, not good to fit better for only 1,010,000 naira. Hey, this one a better. Oh. Yes, so sharply visit the dealer when near you pass to enjoy them. Offer they available while stock last.
Magic 102.9.
Babies are God's gifts to parents, and breast milk is God's gift to babies. It contains all the important nutrients and minerals your baby needs, including water, for the first 6 months. Give your baby breast milk only. Remember, breast milk only for the first 6 months. This message is from the Anrin Project, Abia State Ministry of Health.
This is Magic 102.9 FM. Let's do the magic.
Babies are God's gifts to parents, and breast milk is God's gift to babies. It contains all the important nutrients and minerals your baby needs, including water, for the first 6 months. Give your baby breast milk only. Remember, breast milk only for the first 6 months. This message is from the Anrin Project, Abia State Ministry of Health.